throw life to the winds like rain. For goodness sake, spare your failings and take the ability to strengthen our spirit and stimulate our minds. Blossoms of days to come. Blossoms of days to come. Move away from your western lands, travel towards eastern sands. Far above all earthly goals, I pledge for creation's soul. Spirit finds fresh morning and the dew of precious things. Hope is a phoenix spreading wings to fly, and what we wish shall be like a breath of fresh air. Safe and secret powers and no luck can snare. Move away from your western lands, travel towards eastern sands. Far above all earthly goals, a pledge for creation's soul. Far above all earthly goals, a pledge for creation's soul. Move away from your western lands, travel towards eastern sands. Far above all earthly goals, a pledge for creation's soul. Move away from your western lands, travel towards eastern sands. Far above all earthly goals, a pledge for creation's soul. Far above all earthly goals, a pledge for creation's soul.
Alrighty. Welcome. We turned on the music a little bit. We can still keep it running just a little bit. Hopefully we will start soon, but I cannot tell you yet as to when that will be. I've gotten the word that the teams are joining their respective lobbies now. So, you know, that's underway. Actually, we are listening today to Bonobo, one of my favorite artists, as you may know. Right now the album Days to Come is on. It's a fantastic album, as always. And we listen to this while we wait on the first round. So in the pause screen I showed you a little bit of how the formats are going to look like. And while we wait, you can also give me feedback, like is my voice loud enough? Please do give me feedback once we're actually in the lobby. Waiting. I know that the teams have been warming up, have been getting ready. So hopefully that should start soon. Yeah, we're just coordinating for those that are joining us. This is just a little bit of a tournament for fun with 4 completely new teams that haven't played in any sort of professional Pavlov environment, so there's no VRML players right now. We had some potential hiccups in terms of like people getting sick, but luckily we found people willing and able to help us out in this case who are not League players. So this should be a League player free environment. And hopefully we'll get some good games and some good fun out of it. And it looks like the game I'm about to cast has been opened, as I can see, and as you can see, since I don't have the pause screen on, so turn off the music completely. Has been opened, and it looks like Dust 2 and Stockpile were banned, and they thus have picked Inferno as the first map. Not my favorite. Matter of fact, I strongly dislike this map, as you may know, but it is what it is, and it looks like the leftovers in blue have picked the CT side. They banned the first map. I don't know what they banned. It might have been Stockpile, it might have been Dust 2. And then over here we have the boys from Public Off Topic, is this team called, I believe, and they're on the T side. They have the uphill battle here, and it looks like they're going B, a little bit of a lag, that's just PavTV, and it looks like the leftovers are stacking B, the banana. They have 3 people there. Instant headshot by Changeman, taking sort of the wind out of the push by Pot, but now we have entry frags. It's just Dan the Wombat and Pilot Maverick against 2 members of TL. But Omni-chan is on the flank. He just saw them. He fired his gun, so they know they're behind. Maverick is turning around, checking behind. But Maverick dies to Oni-chan, and now it's just Dan the Wombat against 2. He's kind of pincered here. I don't think he has the bomb. Welcome, Herdigan. Welcome, Hector. Welcome, everybody. And sorry, I missed this. Kung Fu did get the kill. Therefore, no planned, no money for Public Off Topic. First round goes towards CT. To answer your question, Rain, this is PavTV. So in Steam, actually, you can set the launcher to like a specific command. I can look that up for you. I just copy and paste it every time. And that basically just allows you to launch Pavlov into this like spectator mode. And yeah, there's like a replay button at the bottom, which you can then use to like wind back. But you shouldn't do that really, because once you wind back, kind of a pain. So we just keep it running live. Although this is not live technically, this is like with a about 30, maybe 20-second delay to actually what's live. And it looks like they are on a full save with just 1911s. Then the Wombat was able to kill Kung Fu Snail and get her AK. Decides not to save it. Pilot Maverick trying to charge a Changeman, but Changeman changed the face of Pilot Maverick, shot him in the face. Third person per second. Yes, we can go into third person, and we will do that occasionally. The issue right now is that the hands are not accurately sort of displayed. Maybe this will show in a second. Yeah, you saw it here, and you will see it in a second. The issue is like the hand does not actually line up where the player has the hand. It's like in the way sometimes. It's not like actually how it's going to be. But from time to time, when it's like a situation where this is warranted, like maybe in a 1v1 or in a 1v2, we can certainly switch into this perspective. I do this from time to time, but in order to understand what's going on, this sort of helicopter view, as I like to call it, and I still can't make helicopter noises, is better because you can see what's going on, and I can see what's going on. And as we see Tyler, sorry, I keep calling him Tyler because this is nickname for us, but like I know these guys. Dan the Wombat manages to take Oni-chan, losing a lot of health there. They get the entry pick, but they're not actually pushing too far. And I really like this because the leftovers don't really know what's going on. Endermate is now pushing to Banana, falling to Audax, who just camped him. And they also got Changeman. So now they have wide open 5v2 situation. Unfortunately, they're going towards the side where the remaining leftover members are. And obviously, they can't know this. But they now spotted one member, and now they spotted the two members, but they lost two members in the process. And now it's a 2v2 situation. We have Audax on the flank. This name I cannot pronounce for the life of me. Beautiful headshot. Might just won the round because Audax is on the flank and gets the kill. So excellent round right there. Welcome, Calm Like a Bomb. Have not seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well. Volume is fine. Thank you for that feedback. Voice is okay. Wonderful, wonderful, beautiful. If there's anything wrong, just let me know. I'll try to fix it. I'm also organizing this tournament on the side. It looks like the second game has sort of like some issues. Hopefully they get that resolved. So 2Phoenix is casting the other game, or hopefully will cast the other game. He had some issues with PAF TV on his end. And hopefully they get that underway. Let's keep focus on this game. So yeah, whoever wins this game will, and this is a best of one, so it's just this Inferno. And whoever wins this map will straight proceed into the finals, which will be a best of three. The idea was to not make this tournament too long, and also to keep the map pool really small. So we only have 3 maps, if you saw in the map screen. And the idea was like, you know, keep it really simple, so new players don't have to learn all the new maps. We see a little bit of aggression, unfortunately, from Eric. He does not check that corner, and Kung Fu's about to shank him. Yes, she just shanked him in the back. Didn't pick up the gun, just ran away. Then the Wombat now cleaning that up, and now the leftovers will know. Endermate this time checking Audax, not connecting, or actually hit him once, and then he's falling back. I don't think Kung Fu picked up the gun. No, she did not. And oh my lord, she missed the shot on Dan there, so he gets another kill. Really nice. So it's a 4v1 now, but they only have 30 seconds on the clock. They need to get on site. I don't think they know where Garf is. I think he was in the back the entire time. But they need to plan in order to win that round. Otherwise, it's, you know, kind of a waste given how much success they had so far in this round. Current scoreboard. So Public off Public did manage to scrim one game. Where is actually the bomb? Why is it not being planted? Audax has it. He has 10 seconds. He needs to really get that done. 8 seconds. Oh, actually, he doesn't have it. This might be a PAF TV bug. Asa is trying to plant. He has 3 seconds, 2 seconds. I don't think it will last. I think, yeah, the round was over. There was a bit of confusion there from my part as well, because apparently there were 2 bombs being displayed. That might be in the game, because that's a really rare bug that happens, but that also might have just been a PAF TV bug. Looks like they did not plant in time. Most unfortunate. So Garf, just by chilling and not getting himself killed, did manage to win this round for his team, getting that crucial score. You know, sometimes it's not about killing, sometimes it's just about surviving, and he did that. And it looks like they're going with the same setup again. I really like this. They're making a lot of use. Maybe it's a bit too much in the second mid over here, but Audax is sort of stopping the mid, and then Tyler or Dan the Wombat can take that over. We have Changeman camping the left side, and this time Endermate has learned his lesson, because he's not pushing through the banana. This is a great opportunity though for Public off Topic, because they now have sort of like 4 or 5 players in position to make the breach. Then the Wombat really popping off here, killing Changeman in mid. He's basically one-shot at this point, but you know, he did his job. He got 2 frags, and it's now just Kung Fu Snail who's sort of running on side. This is sort of a dangerous position. If they play together, they can clear her out. They might lose a player, but you know, the refrag. And they take their time, which is fine. They just this time need to remember, maybe there was some miscommunication as to who had bomb, who has not bomb. You know, that's heat of the moment. Murpin does find her, halves her, and She manages to kill 3, but then Pilot Maverick kills her. Does he have the bomb? It's just Audax just holding back. So now we have a situation where there's 2 members and they can do the retake. He needs to find the bomb spot. There it is. And now he has to fight 2 players who were coming from mid. What's he gonna do? He hears them coming now. He's making a footstep. Reloading his gun. Not ideal, but we'll see. So as you can see, it does not line up perfectly. The hand is not actually there. Also, we have the advantage of seeing players through the wall, which obviously he cannot. But he just needs to play time. He saw that. Opening fire. And by trading, he wins it because the bomb was still planted. Nicely played, getting another round for his team. 3-2. Yeah. What a wild round that was. Everybody died, you know. That's how that goes sometimes. Current scoreboard. Let me just pop over to Discord. Let me ask. I guess I could also check Phoenix channel. By the way, I've put Phoenix channel into the, or I guess they're not live yet, into the description. So you can check that out once that's live. Again, there might have been some technical difficulties. Little inside joke right there. But we'll keep casting this one, and then we'll have to see. Hopefully we can start the final game in fairly rapid succession. Yeah, same setup again, and you know what they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and certainly it's not broke. Maverick gets the kill here. Oni-chan does manage to take him twice, so he's one-shot to pretty much every member of the leftovers. And they trade out with the headshot. Exactly, Calm, exactly. That they do. Public off-topic, really cleaning house. Obviously, they're fighting versus a safe round. But still, 3 rounds. This is very good. I keep saying this. Inferno is a very CT-sided map. Might not be so CT-sided for new teams because newer players basically, you know, they don't really know maybe how to play the game in the strategic sense. So the way this is CT-sided is the fact that there are very few ways into each side. So for example, on the B side, there's just a banana, and holding like one lane is very easy in Pavlov. Like, if you have 2 rifles that are aimed at one specific spot, the odds of like somebody breaching that spot successfully is very low until a heavy usage of util, which is also very hard because it's very easy to nade. As you can see here, the leftovers nading over that wall. Nobody from Public Off-Topic is there, but if there would have been, that would have been devastating. So what Public Off-Topic is doing is they're taking their time, they're pushing up mid, using their numbers and just clearing out each half of the map. So then the Wombat dies to Changeman, and then Changeman also kills Asl. But again, Audax in the flank kills Endermate and doesn't exactly hit Garth. And now it's a 2v2 situation, 1v2. It's again onto Maverick with just 50 seconds on the clock. Does he have the bomb? Does not appear he does, but he's just sprinting up Kung Fu Snail. That's here, she does. But he knew she was there, and now it's a 1v1 situation. I'm not sure who had the bomb, but it's probably somewhere here. Otherwise, he would not go there, I would assume. Yep, he picks it up very nice, and it's just Garth, and he knew where Garth was because Audax died to him. So if Audax communicated that, then he should be in the clear. And now, once again, he plans. He has 20 seconds on the clock. And maybe he heard Garth there because he's aiming in that direction. And he gets him. Well played. 3-4, and he's actually fragging really hard right now. Not a good game for Asl so far, but I also know from experience that sometimes he has some issues with his wireless LAN, so hopefully today is fine. We had a scrim where this was sort of a major issue. On the TL side, we see Changeman changing his score. I'm trying to stop with these terrible puns, I apologize. We see Kung Fu Snail in the next spot. And now we see Public Off-Topic doing this one more time. I would like to see from TL sort of like a little bit of an adaptation, you know, just, you know, maybe have one player further back towards the CT side, so if they see the aggression coming up, you know, they can deal with it. Maverick pushing up here, getting Kung Fu Snail, but Changeman stopping him at the stairs, and Oni-chan in mid, killing Hypna Ogoga Aberration Teetotalist. What a beautiful name that is. And now the rotation is coming in through CT. This is how you should play it. In 2v4 situation, Maverick gets Changeman, but is being fragged by Oni-chan, leaving just Audax in a 1v3 situation. He does have time, 1 minute, but it's a very hard play right now. He doesn't have the bomb too. I don't know if the leftovers saw it. Now they spotted him. It's being exchanged, shooting at each other, but no kills, no tags so far. You can see this hand actually lines up far better than it usually does, so we have a good view here. It's one of the things that are supposed to be patched in the next patch. So that was something Dave, the creator of Pavlov, was talking about. So we gave that feedback, and hopefully that will be fixed actually, which will make casting better. Also, sometimes you see guns on the ground in PAF TV. They're not actually there. So after each round, like in game, actually the guns get cleaned up. He gets Endermate, very nice, but 15 seconds on the clock. I don't think he can win this one. He should just do damage, maybe save his gun. Pulling out a flashbang, yeah, as you can see, it's difficult. Is he actually breaching that room? He is. And it looks like it flashed him. Actually, 200 IQ play right there, flashes in there, gets a gun. So he didn't win the round 4-4, but he did get another rifle. Not that they really need it, they have money for the last round, but it certainly hurts the leftovers who are a lot more cash strapped. That was a beautiful flashbang, that's exactly how you should breach a room. Yeah, but unfortunately he was out of time. And the bomb was probably somewhere over there, so he had to take that fight, and yeah, that's sometimes how that goes. Forward. Looks like they're going again with the aggression. This is why I would like to see not all of them second mid. If somebody goes on the balcony, oh no, he frags himself. But Audax with a beautiful headshot, I believe that was on mid, taking out Oni-chan, turning this into a 4v4 after Tyler decides to nade himself. We now see, oh yeah, Changeman taking out Audax, but Hypnagoge Aberration, Teetotalist kills Changeman, leaving just Kung Fu Snail here. She's in the boiler spot, I believe it's called. And now the rotations are coming in, and this is exactly what I mean. Don't rotate through the mid, just rotate, you're safe. What Public Afterbeat should do now would be to rotate. But obviously this is like, you know, you have to have some sort of experience in this game and play this map maybe 1,000 times to understand sort of these dynamics. But what they then could do would be rotate over. But in the heat of the moment, you think maybe you don't have time for that, or maybe the bomb was down. And it's just now up to Azul, who has to play against 3 players who are already in position to defend. So Garth takes that away. 5-4 for the leftovers, which is actually not that good, if I may say so. Because again, it's a CT-sided map, so usually you want to get at least like 7 rounds as a CT. Making it this close means they have an uphill battle, but we'll see if Public Off-Topic knows how to actually defend on this map, or if they struggle themselves. The pistol round will certainly be a decider for this one. You know, if the pistol round fails, then it's much harder. I'm just checking if Phoenix Stream is live. No, it's not. I just hope they have that game. I don't have another stream, so I can't really tell. I'm waiting on feedback. I hope we can get into the finals relatively quickly. I would assume after this game there's probably going to be like at least a 10-minute break in some regard. But we'll have to figure that out. So I hope you guys bear with me on this one. It looks like for pistol round we have like a sort of 4-man into the apartments, but Hypnagoge Aberration Teetotalist, I'm still probably butchering that, gets a pick. Audax gets another pick, but Oni-chan and Changeman sort of refrag, so it's suddenly a 3v3 situation. We have Maverick, but I think Changeman hurt him. Yep, he gets the frag as well. And Audax is also being fragged, leaving just Azul. What he should do is try to prevent the plant in any way. But obviously, again, new players probably don't know that the bomb plant is this expensive. He's just holding that corner, probably about... No... He hurt the bomb plant, so... Gets Changeman. He does get Changeman. Now he has to find Azul. I believe he has armor, which is a huge advantage, basically meaning they have to like shoot him in the face in order to get the kill. Because armor is really effective against pistols. As you can see, like he's being hit by Garth, but he takes basically no damage because Garth has to deplete the entire armor. Now it looks like most of the armor has been breached, so he's taking HP damage now. And now it's a 1v1 situation, but he has to find Oni-chan, who's just hiding. And yeah, Oni-chan just pops out. Here's the click. Usually you want to wait, but you know, that works too. Beautiful headshot. And they win the pistol round, so that means they have money now. Yeah, 6-4. I can see that Ninja Kicks is actually streaming the other match. Like, he's a player. So I'm just gonna... Yeah, it looks like they're playing Dust 2. I'm just gonna, you know, quickly peek how far they're in. Okay, they're at 2-1. So I guess their game was a bit delayed, but it's going now. That's good to know. So we'll just... I might even jump in after, like... Probably not, maybe. Oh, we'll see. Maverick just sprinting out, getting a knife kill, very nice. That gets you a lot of money. The rest of Public Off Topic is stacking the other side. It's a bit unfortunate because, yeah, it looks like they decided to go B. So Leftovers will get the plant. And now sort of Public Off Topic has to retake. It looks like they decided to full save. And Maverick did get a knife kill, which netted him a lot of money, as you can see. And now, since they only have the knives, they don't really have, and the pistols, they don't really have a lot to lose. They're giving money away to the Leftovers, but at this point it doesn't really matter, I would say. So if they can get a kill in any form or prevent them from escaping the bomb plant, then that will be good. A valiant effort. 7-4, so now the game's a bit shifting. The momentum is definitely in the favor of the Leftovers. And to be honest, I expected the Leftovers to win, because they've been playing not in VRML but in VRail, and not with this roster. So in the VRail roster of the Leftovers, we have some VRML players, like for example Hector or Pixel Twitter. So they were not allowed to play in this tournament, and I should say I'm very thankful they were really understanding about this. So these are all new players basically who have not played in VRML, just a little bit in VRail since, I don't know, maybe a month or something. So their experience, I would say, is very limited, so I think it's a relatively fair fight, but they have just a little bit more experience. Still, Asl has managed to kill Changeman, who I believe was top frag, no, second top frag. Maverick kills Kung Fu Snail, but again, they're breaching B-side. I would like to see Public Off Topic having one more player there, but now they have like a really strong push through Banana, so they will be there real quick. Garth in a camping spot. If Tyler just waits on his team, he can spot him. They trade, so now it's a 3v2 situation. They have to breach side, but Oni is in it. Oh no, Oni gives up the spot. Oh no, that's so unfortunate, the timing. And now it's a 3v1. Endermate is just in the corner. Asl will find him. And he actually managed to headshot Audax as well, but Hypnagoge Aberration Teetotalist, I really hate that name right now, does manage to get the kill and the clutch, defuses the bomb and brings his team rifles. So that's beautiful. 7-5. The Leftovers will still have money to buy into next round, still have rifles. I'm interested to see if they continue going B, which is usually the harder side. And if Public Off Topic will start like having two people on B, since they have lost the side twice now. But this retake worked really well for them. 7-5. And yeah, indeed, it looks like Leftovers this time want to do something on A. They are sending 4 people towards the apartments. Endermate sort of holding the bridge. Garth now as well. That's maybe a little bit of overkill. But it looks like Public Off Topic sort of understood, hey, we actually need to have a little bit more people on B. Generally the good play, but I would have some more far back in the sort of CT side. They do get a trade. Audax gets another kill, but he is tagged and they know where he is. And he's being taken out, so now it's a 3v3 situation. And we see the rotation coming in through mid. Changeman will just camp this out. This is why I don't like it. Maverick survives that, so Changeman takes out one. Maverick loses a lot of health. Now it's a 2v2. They know Garth is somewhere over towards the apartments because he killed a member there. I have no idea where Endermate is. Unfortunately, Endermate is also nowhere to be found. But now Maverick is just sprinting around there. Garth will certainly hear that. There's no need to be this aggressive. The bomb is not going down. 35 seconds and he's being camped, so that worked beautiful for him. It's now just Asl. I wish he would take some sort of cover, not stand open, but we'll see if that works out for him. Beautiful first headshot, pops the helmet immediately, and then gets another hit. And he kills him. I believe Garth had the bomb with 20 seconds on the clock. All Asl needs to do is play defensive, doesn't even need to peek, because Endermate needs to pick up the bomb immediately. I think he had the bomb. Yeah, looks like it. 10 seconds on the clock, so he basically has no time left. Does he have an auto sniper? 5 seconds. Can he do it? 3, 2, 1. No, he cannot. So time was out. That plant did not count. He kills Asul, but it's too late. They already lost around 7-6. In terms of like the game, it was actually not bad for the leftovers. Obviously, they would have liked to win the round. But the money is like low on everybody now, because everybody died except for Endermate, who surprisingly has a sniper rifle. That might have been a misbuy. That sniper rifle was not good. Probably should never buy that. But yeah, on the public off-topic side, they lost all their rifles, so they were able to buy in. We see an M16, interestingly, for Maverick. We see an M4, 3 M4s actually, and 1 AK, but just very little util. And on the leftover side, we also see, you know, rifles, but also almost no util. They're going towards the B side. Grenade tags nobody, and again, it's a little bit unfortunate for public off-topic because they're starting to stack A again, and this time they're going B. It's most unfortunate. Maverick just, you know, being lit up after losing most of his health. So they can take the side. Oni-chan took a little bit of damage, basically unopposed. And yeah, now the retake will be really difficult. Changeman here's then coming. So one of them will run in there. Oh no, that's a team kill. That's most unfortunate. And Audax decides to run back. I'm not sure if there was a miscommunication. I'm not sure what's going on there. 3v4, unfortunate that team kill. Garv is camping in the corner. Will he check that corner? He does not, but still managed to get the kill, losing most of his health in the process. But Endermate is there, and so is Oni-chan, leaving just Atul. And yeah, that's the cleanup. And because Audax team killed, he also will have very little money. 8-6, so it's a good chance that we'll see at 9-6 now. Public off-topic a little bit unlucky here with the stacking. I would always say have 3 people on A, don't have 4 people. I think 4 people is a bit overkill. You can have sort of 1 person here on the coffin position, is a very strong headshot sort of position, just peeks over there. You can then throw nades over there to slow down the enemy, and then if you have another player sort of in this area over here, you know, you can sort of support the B player as they breach. And this time it looks like they're stacking towards the right side of the map. Looks like he decides to force Bison M4. It doesn't work out for him. We see 2 people from the public off-topic ready with the knives. And unfortunately, Audax does another team kill. Oh no. I'm not even sure how, like, I think he would run in front of him, but it's just so unfortunate that just the final bullet of that 1911 that normally can't kill anybody just happens to be the team kill. It's final round, so he needs to force something. I believe he will buy a FAMAS is 2300. That's most unfortunate because he likes the FAMAS, but he decides to go for UMP and armor. And yeah, this is do or die for public off-topic 9-6. Let's fly over towards the leftovers. Can they finish this game? We see some util coming in a bit early, I would say. Against the fast team, this tag might have done something. But public off-topic is just arriving. It looks like they're going back to a 2-3, which I really like. This time, leftovers are playing slow. Just slowly walking up. Banana, you want to sort of get that out. This flashbang sort of gave it away. I wish Tyler dented one, but would get into cover because he's just out in the open. That nade unfortunately bounced, otherwise it would have done massive damage. That nade also bounced, luckily. Pilot Maverick kills Oni-chan, holds position, and now Asul is there to support, takes out Kung Fu Snail, but also Endermate, leaving just Garf. What the hell happened? It looks like the flank was successful, and now we have Audax in the back. They spot the last player. It's 3-1. They know where he is. Audax unfortunately doesn't have a strong weapon, so he doesn't do a lot of damage. But if they play together, yep, like this, then they can get a kill and make it 9-7. On the TL side, they still have the money to buy in, and I believe if they lose next round, they probably still have enough because of like increasing loss bonus. Current scoreboard. So far, we see a lot of frags coming out. Pilot Maverick leading for public off-topic, and Oni-chan leading for the leftovers. A really good close game so far. Really happy how it's going. A bit unlucky with the team kills, but that's how Pavlov goes sometimes. Looks like they're set with their 2-3 position. I like it. You can see these teams are learning, they're finding out, hey, if we do that, then there's a risk of, them actually taking the other side, and then one person can't really hold the onslaught of people. This time, Dan the Wombat peeking into Banana together with Maverick. This is a bit of a risky play. If they get the intel that the enemy is there, they can make something happen there. If they're too aggressive, however, then this could be devastating. TL losing a lot of health here. A flashbang coming out from Garth. But I think it was overshooting, and Dan the Woman cleans him up, turning this into now a 4v1 because Changeman killed Hypnagoge, Aberration, Teetotalist, but Audax refrags him. My lord, that's a lot of words. Even just Animate, who is just a smidge of health. They're hunting. I don't like this. They're both really one-shot. They're searching for him. He's like scared, just hiding on a, which looks like poorly textured scooter, I guess, because, why would it be like this? I'm not sure if that's the actual bomb or an artifact from last round, because why would the bomb be there? Maybe he dropped it. There's also an auto rifle, which might not be, auto sniper rifle, which might not be from that round. But he's probably just going to save with 20 seconds on the clock against 4 enemies. So hopefully there's no team killing. I will just sort of swap over, see what's going on in the other match. As my channel, I don't need to see my channel. You can't see this because it's on the second monitor, but I kind of want to know what's going on. While we wait 5 seconds on the clock. So it looks like that game is also fairly close. 4-5, Dust 2 was just the halftime, so that game was a little bit delayed. But, that's fine. We can sort of, once this game concludes, either it goes into a 9-9 or TL takes it home 10-8. We can sort of hop over into the other game and watch the remaining parts of those. And then after a short break, we can go into the finals. I'll keep you updated as the situation develops, like they say on the news. And it looks like, yeah, same setup. A little bit of a delay there, but it doesn't look like it hurts too much. Although it looks like an aggressive apartment play, so I would like to see Public Off-Topic to be a bit more coherent here in the defense. We see Audax holding the apartment. He's now getting reinforcements. We have Aslo holding the mid. I like it. And the rest is just really defensive. If he was sort of more towards CT, he could rotate a lot faster. Oh my lord, Changeman with a beautiful instant headshot on the mid. Audax getting nervous, thinking this is like a B play, but it's actually not. So he's falling back again. Maybe he heard footsteps because we're seeing the B players sort of move. Audax is moving, sort of running around, so they will certainly hear him. Changeman could die to Asl, but oh no, Onichan trades out with Audax, which is in favor of the T's. Asl now peeking, but Changeman looks like he's winning that fight because most of the health is gone, but we see the flank coming in because they're a little bit slow on the A breach, and the mid could fall pretty quickly, but it's 3-4. They take out Asl. It's just 2-4. I feel like if they camped through CT, then they might have been bigger help. Now they are stepping through mid. They will be hurt by Animate. And Changeman cleans them up from the other side. Most unfortunate, but all in all, really close game, really good game. Played well by everybody. Yeah, I feel like this was great fun. I feel like it could have gone either way. Audax was a little bit unlucky with 2 of those team kills. But yeah, GG's. We'll just immediately hop over into the other match. But that means, if it's still available, it should still be. Yeah, there it is. That means that the leftovers will be in the finals. So congratulations, Public Off-Topics, who will go towards the place, the game for place 3, which will, happen. Goddamn superhero, welcome, the man, the legend himself, an absolute unit of a caster. It's a great compliment. It's good to see him here in the channel, honoring us with his presence. Yeah, we're just gonna sort of jump into this and cast it if it loads. I don't know, maybe it crashes, it's just stuck there. Hopefully it's holding up. Yeah, looks like it just needed a second. So, yeah, apparently we don't have a name for the Russian team, but it looks fairly even. Maybe not for Ghost, maybe a little bit of a bad game for him, although Bauersuchbomber also has a late game. And I was informed, I casted the game earlier, Eagle with the lead cleans up Hey Apple here, 4-7, so it looks like 4-4 is in the lead here. And they are on the CT side. Interesting. So I was informed, I casted a game between the leftovers and 4-4, and I mentioned that Bauersuchbomber, so Bauer is German for farmer. So there's these shows where like a farmer is looking for a wife, which then says like Bauer sucht Frau or something like that. But that's not actually where the name comes from. So I have to make this correction. I apologize for thinking that's where it came from, but that's not the case. We have Ninja Kicks on A long here in Dust 2. We're seeing a hunting rifle coming out by a nameless one. I believe he actually has a name. It's just probably spelled in Cyrillic, which is not supported by Pavlov in-game. You can see it in Steam though. And then we have Rowan, Heapal, Ghost, and Avolnikov. I hope I pronounced that right. And in case you're wondering where the name comes from, yeah, it's like the name was set by Phoenix, and it means like Russian pierogi or Russian dumplings, sort of. If you ever had those, that's apparently where the team name of the Russian games comes from. Looking to breach here, but they sort of still suck. They don't have the best weapons. They only have pistols, so they can't really do much. But yeah, they have to breach this. Give me 1 second. I know you're trolling, but at least you're not role-playing as a pregnant wife. A beautiful grenade by Ninja Kicks over there. But yeah, apparently Goddamn Superhero likes to roleplay as a pregnant woman when he joins other streams. But today he's not a pregnant woman. Instead he asked, this is not check, this is a PC path. And we just did this sort of like mini tournament. And it looks like 4-4 will take this one, this round as well. As the 3 seconds on the clock. Hey, Apple only has a Glock. And he has to sort of, do anything he can. It's 4-8, so I think this one could get hard. It looks like the nameless player is really fragging here. 18-8 on the 4-4 fights. We see Ninja Kicks with a 14-8 and Satan with a 14-3. Really taking it away there. Yeah, Bauer sucht Bombe, interestingly, 1-9. He's playing a Bison. Not the ideal choice, not really a good gun, so to speak. Woman, and we love peanut butter and pickles. Not a oh, like plural. Okay, this is getting wilder and wilder by the day. We see the hunting rifle coming out again. Interesting choice. Hopefully, the game itself is good. We see some very high ping on Rowan. Hopefully, his internet just getting back into place. I'm not sure where he's located. It's possible that he's in the Far East, because that's a very high ping. But yeah, they're trying to breach A-Long with 5 players, which is not a good time, basically, because you're fighting literally an uphill battle. We have also Satan on the flank. I love, the name Satan here in this context. Bauer's bomb is just stacking B, sort of lurking there, so no rotation is possible. They're now trying to breach the A side. There's multiple rotations. The flank from Satan not successful, as he got killed by a headshot by Hey Satan. Deagle with the Deagle takes out the hunting rifle. Now we have Vendetta sort of below Eagle with Deagle, so now they sort of can't really do anything. They can't cross. It's just 20 seconds on the clock, but there's a beautiful headshot coming out by Avolnikov. But Vendetta just a gun turret at this point, holding it. We have Ghost just lurking in the back, but it does not really help his team at this point. 10 seconds. He's trying to cross, but Vendetta is having none of it, and now it's 5 seconds. And yeah, unfortunately, he will not be able to win this round, and it's 4-9 match point for 4-4. It looks like he picked up a gun for his teammate. They all have money though. And yeah, let's see what they do for final round. Looks like they're going for a B rush. The Russians are rushing rush B, which is no surprise to anybody. We see beautiful flashbangs coming out and the pre-nade, but now there's a smoke in the way. This could be potentially fatal. They are breaching now, but we have 2 players. And yeah, so what happened here, and unfortunately I cannot show you the final round. What's red team's name? 4-4. name not found, or like not found. So what happened here, that's one of the downsides of Path TV, at least if you don't jump in the game early. Basically, because the game ended, we can, like, the recording is being cut off from live into like a recording. Because we joined too late, we don't see the last round. But we can be sure that 4-4 won this round. We just don't know how exactly. So GG's, that means 4-10, 4-4, they go into the finals as well. The Russian team will advance into the third place matchup. So I will just, organize that real quick. I would think in about 5 minutes we'll go into the next match. And I will cast the finals and the game for place 3. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, shut up, Jake. Yeah, but give me 5 minutes. In the 5 minutes, we will listen to some more Bonobo because it's a beautiful soundtrack. And I will organize the finals. And yeah, fittingly, the track is called, we are about to listen to On Your Marks. Alright, so I organized a little bit and we will continue in just about 5 minutes. In the meantime, there's updates in chat about Jake's nipples, which, you know, you probably don't want to know about, but they are there in case you do. And while we wait, we're gonna listen to some more Bonobo. Although this track is a little bit too slow, let's speed it up a little bit. We're gonna switch albums into an album called Rosewood, Fragments actually, and the track we're gonna listen to is called Rosewood, one of my favorites. We're gonna bump it up just a smidge, just to get us into the mood for the finals. GG so far, everybody.
Джеффер, слышишь, ты...
And we can return to the main screen, so to speak. Let me turn on the music just a smidge. So I've been told, and you can see here by the attempt of loading stockpile, that the game for third place is now starting. It will be casted on Phoenix channel, which I've updated the link to in the chat as well as in the description of this channel. But we will be starting the finals really soon between 4-4 and the Leftovers. I can see on Ninja Kicks' stream they're getting ready. So this should show up momentarily. It looks like the Leftovers will start. On the CT side, looks like 4-4 picked the T side. Since they had a higher score, they won 10-4. They got to decide which side they want, and they picked the T side. So once it shows up, I've just gotten a word that they are searching for a server now. We can get in there. In the meantime, we're just gonna listen to some more tunes from Bonobo. This one is still their album Fragments. This track is called Otomo. Featuring Ole Flynn, who I don't know who that is, but it's a fantastic song. It also has a fantastic music video. Yeah, it's really chill. What's not chill or what will not be chill will the finals of this tournament. I believe the teams will give it their all. I already casted a scrim between the Leftovers and 4-4, which was a really close game. Uba? Don't know what that supposed to mean, Calm. I'm afraid you're starting to talk like Jake the dog, which would be most unfortunate. These are just words. So the plug is like a song. Oh, yeah, the plug is a fantastic song from Bonobo. But although this obviously is not a radio station, we can, I guess, do song requests at some point. But let's focus. Let's hope that the Path Gods, or rather Dave, will give us a server so we can get the finals underway. Let me just pop in back to Ninja Stream. Looks like they're still finding this game server, which is ironic. It says finding, and apparently they found it. Beautiful. So once the dreaded 1 minute mark goes over, we can start casting. Let me turn that down. Let's get into there. Miss your star. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? You are talking in riddles. Do things here though. Can do this. So that should help. Just hope you're not doing anything silly. We have the 1 minute mark. Beautiful. Let's load into the the match. Hello system, how are you, my friend? I hope you're doing well. That you do. Yeah, and it looks like 4-4 indeed picked the T side. Interesting choice. I wouldn't say this map's CT sided. I think honestly Stockpile is probably the most balanced map of them all. Again, a little bit of a Path TV lag here. And looks like they're breaching the B side full force. 4 people Endermate should have heard this. Rotation should be coming in, and so far nothing. It's just Kung Fu on the spot all alone. Datan picking out the bomb. That's not what he should do, but it works out in this case. Ninja gets Kung Fu. You should clear the site before you attempt to plant the Angry Calculator. Yeah, please don't say the game over. Changeman kills Satan, and now the retake is in full force. 4v4. Oni-chan kills Ninja. Babazook Bomber takes out Changeman. 3v3. Tight situation. Vendetta takes out Oni-chan. 3v2. But Garf is on the flank. Finding Babazook Bomber kills him, but the time is ticking. 2v1. Eagle just needs to play time. He's not finding the right person. Can Garf defuse in time? This will be possible? Doable? 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 second on the clock. This is certainly a spicy start right there. Yeah, we see a little bit of power tripping, but it's against Jake the dog, so I can support it because that man likes Oles, and you know, what the hell. Yeah, but 1-0, really close first round. Garf managed to defuse just in time, so 4-4 did manage to get the plant, which is good for their money. Interestingly enough, they only have 3 kills, so there must have been a team kill. But on pistol round, that doesn't matter. This is not to say team kill all your teammates in pistol round, but rather you don't get a monetary penalty for doing that in pistol round. It looks like they were quite happy with the B take, probably just the B defense. And we see Bauer continuing picking the SMGs. I cannot support this because they are just not doing anything against armor. He'll have an uphill battle. Changeman is in mid. Oni also now breaching the mid side, so they definitely know it's a B. But it's a very slow B. We have Kung Fu in the connector, connecting her AK with Tabitha's head. Satan taking out Oni-chan, Ninja taking out Endermate. Kung Fu gets another kill, turning this into a 3v3 situation. B side is not breached. Garf needs to move over there. Kung Fu gets a 3k on Ninja, but she's basically 0 shots. Just needs to sneeze in her direction and she's probably going to die. Baton now taking out Changeman, turning this into 2v2. But they know she wasn't connector and she absolutely should not pick this as she's very low, but she gets the angle on Eagle, but then is being fragged by Satan. And I believe Satan also hurt Garf and takes him out. Really nice, 1-1. I don't think I have that, and I think it's a little bit overkill. Let's not go too hard on that whole Twitch game. We're just here to have fun. 1-1, close game. Damn. And I hope you can relax, enjoy this Saturday afternoon PAF TV casting. I have some nice iced tea, which I recently learned has caffeine, so I'll be slightly hyped up than usual, just due to that. Looks like positions aren't changed, and they're happy with their B takes. Interesting pre-nade, not connecting with anybody, but maybe causing a little bit of a stir-up. Leftovers have to save. But Endermate makes the best of it by one-tapping Vendetta with a deagle shot, not going even for that gun, just standing there like a gun turret. But you should change position because then that happens. A Ninja case checking out that position, immediately getting the refrag. Now 4v4. Kung Fu Snail just ranting on site. Rotations not coming in hard. Changeman is there in yard. Kung Fu Snail taps out Eagle with the deagle, who checks that corner but gets deagled, which is pretty ironic given his name. Now it's a 2v3 situation. Ninja Case getting Oni-chan in yard. They should try to plant the bomb to get some money. Pick up all the rifles they lost. Then this would be a relatively clean round. We now have Garf with a Revivo. Interesting. And event the shots. Let's go into first person perspective. This is what I mean. really hard to tell. You could see sort of the Revo there, but obviously that's not, or hopefully that's not how he holds actually the Revo. But yeah, they did manage to plant the bomb. They did manage to get the kill. And now it's a 2-1. The leftovers can now buy. Step Changeman goes for a deagle one more time. Interesting. I think he could have afforded a real gun. You might have opted for armor instead, which I cannot support. Always buy your gun first is the most important item. Then buy util, and last buy armor. Armor does not really do a lot against rifles. And matter of fact, it does next to nothing, as rifles have really high armor penetration. So you die in the same amount of shots, except for the M4, where the helmet will like save you from a single headshot tap. But once you get headshotted by an M4, you're basically dead. Like, you're basically one shot. So anybody who hits a headshot probably will hit your body the second after that. Therefore, it does not really change much. Dayton just being a mad lad, breaching side, flashbang. This is why you should not run with the bomb. Never run with the bomb. Imagine you are, oh my lord, so many kills. Let's wait. Now we have a 2v3 situation. We still have Changeman, who is the deagle, just firing blindly into the smoke, gets Vendetta, and now it's just Eagle with the deagle in a 1v3 situation. The bomb's down on site. So he kills Changeman, but then is being killed Garf. What I was about to say, basically imagine this whole area to be like a swimming pool, you know? And, you know, you're not supposed to be running around the swimming pool because you could slip and then break your neck or something. So that's why you never run. Except this is not a swimming pool, but you're still running around, but you shouldn't because you have the bomb. And if you then, you know, die with the bomb in hand, then the bomb is down. So what you want to do is sort of clear the site, find the players, because there will be players. There will be players. You can assure that somewhere there's a player. You need to find that player and ideally eliminate him. If you cannot, at least make sure you know where he is and get an angle where, you know, you can start charging the bomb where he can't kill you, and then you start typing and then you start planting, ideally next to the bomb spot. Otherwise that happens, the bomb gets dropped, Yeah. And that's, you know, that's part of the game. That's part of the learning experience. You should see my first games. I'm still terrible, but holy moly was I bad at this game. Looks like they're this time going for an A. We have Garv on the dropper because nobody's A long, and he gets a pick in the back and he gets the intel. That's beautiful. He should just fall off. He did his job. He's also pressuring, and now Oni-chan and Endermate on the other side, so they know the remaining 2 players are in dropper. And Rain is dropping the fun facts. Apparently has a higher headshot kill rate. In my defense though, I played the M4, and the M4 usually does not get you headshot kills, because what you should do with the M4 is get the headshot first, you pop the helmet, you make the enemy one shot, and then you hit the person just in the chest and he's dead. You should not like try to like have a double headshot. Matter of fact, if you sort of, for example, Ninja Kicks, if you shoot him with the M4 in the chest and then you hit the head, you will not get a kill, because no matter how low the HP of a person is, as long as he has a helmet, he will survive that shot. It's like a percentage-based thing. It's been reported to the developer and might get fixed in the next patch. We've like discussed this. Changeman taking out Ninja Kicks, beautiful. So this might change in the future, but right now what you need to do as an M4 user is to hit the head first and then hit the body, because that's the fastest time to kill somebody. So that's why M4 users typically have less headshot kills than, say, AK users who have to really, you know, hit those headshots, because that's how the AK works. We're seeing some more fun facts dropping by Rain. This is just statistics from his own server. There's a community night, mostly German players. Friday night, it's a super server. It's always a riot, just absolute chaos and mayhem. Some not so optimized maps, but still, I think people have fun. So if you happen to like Pavlov on super servers, you should go Friday night, seek that out. I think even if you don't speak German, it's totally fine to just play there. Maybe learn some German words like Scheiße or stuff like that. So coming back to the game, nobody will say Scheiße, because so far it's a very even game, 3-2. Both sides have rifles now. Looks like a slow B. Don't think leftovers know about this. There's no footsteps. This is how like a sort of pro team would play it. You know, if you don't make any footsteps and you have the map control, then, you know, it's fine. They just don't know. What leftovers could do is try to get some sort of intel, peek out A main, see if there's somebody, but, you know, just because you see it doesn't mean there's anybody. So Kung-Fu now finding out she's in a world of pain and she has to face the entire enemy team. She's staying alive as she should, and now we have Changeman, but that nade was absolutely beautiful, completely destroying her. But that flashbang from Changeman was also beautiful, completely flashing the enemy. They're not stuck, they need to breach, but just a little bit too hesitant. There's the trade, leaving just Satan, which is always funny. Their name is just too perfect for this game. You can see Satan walking around with a holo sight. Apparently the devil needs some help here. He's checking the corners. He's hearing one set of footsteps. It might actually bait him. He gets it, but he's not checking the other corner. Oni-chan missing his shots, but then connecting, and now he got the kill. 4-2 in the lead for the leftovers. But it looks like 4-4 still has money. I'm not entirely sure how that is. I think they just planted the bomb multiple times and then have been skipping on that util. Mastering util is a little bit tricky. Bowser bomb again, going for the MP5. Not a fan. Rest of it looks like they're buying rifles. Even Eagle with the Deagle, which is ironic, but, you know, part of the game. Looks like they're going for A this time. We have Garv on A long. We have 3 people. He's just spamming. He hit Vendetta, so he knows somebody's there. Oni-chan is defending. He's in the sandwich, it's called. He's being naded, so he's at half HP. Satan running away from the nade. That name never gets old. Yeah. But the leftovers are not convinced that it's an actual A, because the rotations are not coming in. Endermate actually pushing out of Snake, so Kung Fu knows now she can leave B, but they lost A. But again, we have Garv in the drop. Satan camping out Endermate, beautiful. This is why you don't rotate through there. It's very dangerous. Ninja Kicks looks like he's camping out Garv. He might have hurt him. He does indeed, leaving just Kung Fu, who kills Satan. And then also kills Bauersuch Bombe, but Vendetta cleans her up, and this means another round. Like I said, really close game so far. GG's. And let's just see what's happening. Yeah, we have that beautiful ambient sound of Stockpile, the ringing of bells. I don't even know what that's supposed to be, to be honest. Like, what is that sound? I tried to ask Tarmac to remove it, but he just he left me unread, basically. Matter of fact, I don't even know if he read it or if he just blocked me immediately, which is certainly understandable. And since they worked so well, it looks like they're going for that once again. It looks like Garth is pushing up, so you will have heard that. Yeah, he immediately popped Ninja Kick's helmet and Powers of Bombers helmet, but unfortunately he does not get the kill. But he does a lot of damage there. Both of them are, you know, both of them are very low. Endermate pushing mid, killing Satan with a headshot. That's apparently how you defeat the devil with an AK-47 to the face. Powers of Bomber now taking out Kung Fu Snare, but Changeman getting that one shot on Ninja Kicks was very low already, turning it into a 3v2. Certainly winnable for 404, but they sort of are pinched. All of them are really low. Powers of Bomb is half and the rest is even less, and Endermate and Changeman are in a good position to defend this. So 30 seconds on the clock. They don't really have time to rotate. Welcome, Black Cat. The other Black Cat was already here. He was just doing some mumbo jumbo as he does. And now they decide it's time to go in. Changeman has the good angle. He should be able to prevent any sort of plant. But it looks like they're just going hunting. He gets the tag. 10 seconds on the clock. They need to plant the bomb. I don't know where the bomb is. Maybe it just got dropped somewhere. There's a really rare bug where the bomb, Eagle with the Eagle taking out Changeman, but Endermate is nowhere to be found, so they probably will lose this round. So yeah, another round. And there's a very rare bug where the bomb, when the player gets killed, is being like dropped under the map and you cannot recover it. I'm not sure that's what happened here. It's relatively rare. I would say, you know, once every 100 games or something like that. It also depends on the map. It used to happen a bunch on Inferno. On Stockpile, don't really recall having seen it, but it's certainly possible that it was the case, or they just couldn't find the bomb. Sometimes there's so many corpses that, you know, trying to find the bomb is really hard. 5-3 last round of the half. So far, the Leftovers in the commanding lead with 5-3, but 4-4 can take this back. Vendetta breaching side and taking out Kung Fu. I believe he was full flash, and that nade was just a little bit undercooked, but he finished the job with the AK. But he now needs to get out of there. He does not, and suddenly it's a 3v3. Where is the last? Oh, they are all there. It's a bit awkward. Gets Garth though, and run past each other. And he's not in range of the bomb. I don't think Endermate has the clippers. And they trade out, so Onitron can just defuse. And that's the half. The Leftovers, you know, lead now is 6-3. Interesting will be to see if they can, you know, get their T-side under control and take this home. The pistol round will certainly be of importance. Someday I shall find out what it is with team technical difficulties members and their obsession with nipples. It will be not today. Today we'll be focusing on the final game. And it looks like there's going to be an A push. Pistol round really important here. If they can win this pistol round, then, you know, they have a good chance to run away with the scores and everything. But if it fails, if they can't get the plan, then everything is open again. It looks like 4-4 is aggressive in mid. Satan gets the intel, but also gets a shot in the face. Which is never ideal, but it allows Ninja Kicks and Powers of Bomber to realize, hey, it's actually an A. But they lose A side now, so 5v3. They need to sort of prevent the plant. Eagle takes out Oni. They're now breaching side, but there's 3 guns directed at them. Eagle gets Kung Fu, but Kung Fu, no, does not get Kung Fu. Kung Fu gets Eagle and Ninja, but Powers of Bomber gets Changeman. And it's now 1v2 situation. He's very low, so it's really hard. And Endermate finishes him 7-3. So the unfortunate situation now is that 4-4 will have to save, meaning they probably lose and then will be down 8-3. Not lost, it's not over yet, but it's a real uphill battle here. should mention that Vendetta was kind enough to jump in last minute. So usually 4-4 plays with another player. Usually I would say they played like, I think 2 scrims. But this was not the planned setup, but we couldn't reach the final player and Vendetta was kind enough to jump in. He also has no league experience, so this should be all fair. And yeah, it looks like Leftovers really going in strong. Changeman losing almost all of his health to 1911. Ninja Kicks on the plastic position, trying to hold against Oni-chan, but is being killed by Changeman in return. It's now 3v4. Happening in yard. 1911, not really strong, but Changeman has lost his helmet, so he's one shot. If he can hit it, but Garf is on the flank, shoots him from behind. Now we have the rebreach. Satan has a deagle. No, he doesn't. He has 1911, and he gets 2 kills with it. Absolutely amazing. The bomb is, and he gets 3 kills with it. And the bomb is actually not planted for Garf. If he can defuse first, then Garf can't do nothing. Garf has to sprint. I think he could have had it. I mean, obviously, it's like super adrenaline, especially if you kill 3 people with a 1911. This is also why Satan has now 7,700. Jesus Christ. I believe he will buy a 50 as he really likes those things. We'll see. Nope, he buys an M4. I approve. I think a risky play would have been here the deagle, but he got a 3k with the 1911, and yeah, I think time-wise he could have had it, but obviously it's hard to judge like how close is the enemy. Do I have time for the remaining numbers, or should I try to sort of intercept the enemy trying to intercept me? He tried that, but with the 1911 it's basically impossible because you need to land the first headshot and then you need another headshot before you get the kill, and in that meantime the M4 can just melt you. Looks like they were quite happy because they're going again for B. Bauersuch bomb is sort of in that red spot. I don't like that spot. That is a beautiful grenade tagging multiple people. Oh my god, 3 of them are half HP now. Ninja Kicks will have heard those heavy tags. That flashbang not so good. Don't think it did much. And he took a lot of damage here, but he's holding a position and he's now finding enemy, trading out with him, which is ideal sort of. And now Bauersuch bomb kills Changeman, but is being fragged out by Oni-chan. 4v2, but both of them are, well, Pufus is half, Oni-chan is now half, but he takes out Eagle with the deagle, and now it's suddenly winnable for the Leftovers. Satan is coming in with the flank, and Vendetta, not sure who shot, I think Oni-chan picked something up, so Vendetta will check that corner immediately, but they trade out, and it's now a 1v1 situation, and Satan does not know where the last player is. And he's being caught with the gun down, that's most unfortunate. 9-3, final round. Scoreboard wise, we see a really even distribution on the Leftovers. On the 4-4 side, we see Ninja Kicks top fragging. Rest of the team is also fairly close to each other. I'm not sure why it's like not that close. The scrim was really close and went out in favor of 4-4. But again, you know, anything can happen in Path. So. And this is only the first game. If 4-4 happens to lose this one, they have map 2 to come back. Bauersuch bomber with the MP5 actually is an OMP. He gets a kill, but he loses the side. Ninja Kicks now in a position. And again, the recording cutoff, that's interesting because this time we were in time. Usually that method saves us, but it looks like 4-4 did lose 10-3 on the first map. That means second map is going to come up relatively soon. I'm just going to confirm. Just going to confirm the scores and everything. And what's going on. It'll take me a second. Yes, this was a lot faster than expected. So let's turn out the music, although this is a bit too slow. Let's go with this one, yeah. And this means we will see Dust 2 now, and 4-4 will get to decide which like part of the map they would like to start on. I would imagine they're gonna take like a 2-minute break or something. Let me just hop into Ninja Kicks' stream and see where they are in terms of. Oh, he actually has so much delay that he can still like I still see. Around? He might have a 90-second delay. Crazy. I don't know why it's so delayed, because this is in the past. Yeah, so next second map will be Dust 2. But maybe we get a closer game. I feel like it was really close on the first half, but then the leftovers, I believe, won all of their T-side. I mean, they pretty much had to won all of their T-side rounds, so they really seem to have their T-side down. We'd love to see it. Looks like Phoenix is still watching us. Not actually, no. Looks like the public off-topic won 10-6 on Stockpile against the Russian team, so they will be joining into Dust 2 as well. Yeah, so that's the current state of things. Both games will have the second map coming up shortly. We just need to figure out when the games start. The stream from Ninja Kicks is so delayed. Okay, it looks like the game for third place has started, Dust 2. If you care for some Russian commentary, you can check the YouTube link. As you can see, we are not fighting the other game, so I would assume that they are still taking a little bit of a break. Just have to wait. But in the meantime, we're gonna listen to some more Bonobo. This track is called Age of Faith. It's a fantastic album. I can really only recommend it. But I have to say, it feels good to be casting some Pavlov again. It's been a bit of a sort of downtrend, obviously, after the season winds down. You know, then there's a lot less action. But it's good to see these new players giving the game a fair shot. I think it's a fantastic game. It's just a little bit hard to get started because of the way the game works, in the sense that publics are oftentimes filled with like either players who don't take the game serious or who take it too serious, and then as a new player you probably have a hard time figuring out how this game works. But when you have like a bunch of friends and you just have a serious game or somewhat serious game against another bunch of friends, and it's an absolute riot, it can be a lot of fun. It's just maybe a little bit hard to break into. But that's why we're here for. And yeah. Actually, interestingly, what the hell is going on? I just checked Ninja Kicks' stream and it's still going. They're still playing, it's not actually over. I don't know what happened there. I apologize. I gave out fake news. So many fake news. Oh my god. What the hell? That never happened before. I mean, I say that sometimes, but what I mean is, I apologize. Because apparently, the winner of Stockpile is not decided, and I feel really bad right now because I messaged like Kofu about the next map and everything. Obviously, she has not read that because she's probably still fighting in this game, but it looks like they're still holding on from what I can tell from Ninja Kicks' stream. And now maybe it's over. Okay, it looks like they lost 9-7. Oh my lord. Okay, so it was not 9-3. It was actually 9-7, it looks like, or maybe 9-6. I just missed it. I humbly apologize. Looks like we're still seeing the last round of it. Endermate against Eagle with the Deagle, and then the recording cut out. So I would assume Endermate killed him. But then again, I also assumed that on the 9-3. So, you know, I have to say, I never had something like this happen where the PAF TV recording just cut off. Usually that happens when the match is actually over. But clearly the match was not over at 9-3. It looks like 4-4 came back just a little bit. This looks like to be the final scoreboard. I apologize that we missed the 4 rounds. Not sure how we could have prevented that. Normally you just wait for the 1 minute mark. Absolutely crazy. Sorry about that. Yeah, apparently. That is wild. That is absolutely wild. I would assume they're taking a little bit of a break. It does not change anything in terms of like how we proceed. We probably need to wait just a little bit longer because apparently the game only now has ended. So we're gonna listen to some more music while we wait. And this track is called Counterpart. And yeah, I can see they're already picking color for Dust 2. Looks like 404 will pick red for the T side. Maybe not. We'll see. I'm just watching the stream here. Crazy. Half TV never ceases to teach me new things. And indeed, it looks like 4-4 will start on the T side into Dust 2. It is a T-sided map. We'll go over why that is in just a second. Maybe let's get out of this view. Let's get back into the comp view. They are already on Dust 2. Maybe this is our new Dust 2 map here. And I mean, we have to check more into Ninja Kicks' stream to see that that doesn't happen again. Because we don't want fake news on this radio station, which is not a radio station, to appear. I might take just a little bit of a break when they just came out of the 9-10-6 than it was, I believe. I probably need like a minute to, you know, catch their breath. But it looks like Leftovers are in the lead 1-0. So they can place first place here if they manage to beat 4-4 in another round, or 4-4 could start a comeback. And it looks like they're searching for game server right now. Because it's Dust 2, it might take a little bit longer. KRFL 80s. 869. I mean, I was about to say the 69 has to be there in there somewhere. The funny number. Fake news station, yes. Yeah, so the issues with Dust 2, it takes an exceptionally long time. There was a sort of conspiracy theory that Dave doesn't like Dust 2, and therefore it takes an additional amount of time until they are finding the game servers. Whenever that is true or not, I cannot say, but it certainly feels that way. So we'll have to wait until they are finding, and then we can hop into the second and potentially final game of the evening. So far, nothing to be found. I want to agree. I think Dust 2 is pretty sided and therefore not ideal. It has a lot of issues. The issue is, or why I'm so hesitant to say this, is it's better than the other two CSGO maps that are in the pool, which are, in case you don't know, Inferno and Cache. So in terms of the CS maps that are in the VRML pool, it's actually the best, but that's a very low bar. Dust 2 does have a lot of issues. Layout is very T-sided, making it a little bit boring to play. There's also a bunch of sort of issues with it in the sense that there's a lot of gunfights. They're just pre-firing pen cover and stuff like that, or smokes, which makes for pretty boring gameplay. There's a lot of ladder volumes. It does not appear to be the case when you first look at it, but there's a lot of walls where you can climb. And the issue with that is that you can even just accidentally do something that's called skiing, where you just make massive speed improvements to yourself. Because that's just the way how Pavlov works. Basically, anytime you have a level in Pavlov, there's just a huge issue because there can like be crazy things. Like sometimes you can actually warp yourself across the entire map. Obviously, such a thing is disallowed in sort of like exploiting, but just by randomly playing the game normally, there are instances where this happens, especially on the A side, but also on the B side. As a CT, you can accidentally surf. Did I say ski? I actually meant surf. Where you can accidentally surf, and that actually gives you an advantage because suddenly you are in a completely different spot and you know the enemy is not going to be able to hit you because you're moving so fast. So that makes it difficult to recommend this map. And then of course also the layout. The layout is not that interesting. It's basically very samey. But, and you may ask this, why are these maps then in the poll if I don't like them? We let this sort of up to the players, and it's just a matter of fact that new players, they probably know the CS maps more, because you know it's the layout. They know, maybe they played CS, they haven't played it, they maybe saw it. You know, you can't take away their iconic maps. So that's why they're in. Why we wanted to spice it up by a good map and Stockpile. While it's not my favorite map, and it looks like we have found a server. While Stockpile is not my favorite map, it's a very good map. It's very optimized. It has fantastic frame rates, and it doesn't have bugs in that sense. All that stuff. So, and it's very like even in terms of sightedness. So that's why I highly recommend using it. Anubis, yes, I actually messaged the creator of Anubis, which is a port from Overwatch. Okay, let's go in here. And he said he doesn't want to optimize Anubis until he has figured out why Tusken, which is another port he did, crashes. And we saw this the other day, that Tusken actually crashed the server, which is obviously the last thing you want as the map creator. Oh, hopefully the last person loads in. Is missing Satan. Yeah, Satan joined. Funny. Now, so we can start here. But yeah, so he wants to optimize Anubis as I understand it, but he wants to wait until he understands why Tusken crashes before he does an optimization pass on Anubis. Frankly, Anubis looks absolutely stunning. Like it's a lot of fun in that regard, and I love when maps are this. The layout is also very interesting. It's just I could never play it competitively so far. I could only play it on a super server. It's certainly large enough for a super server, which might mean it's not like suited for 5v5, but I would love to try it out once it's better optimized, because you cannot play it on 144s. What you can do is do a rush B, and so 404 does. They're taking B side by storm. Not losing a single member. Ninja Case being slightly confused, but then managed to go to the bomb spot. Brings out the bomb. Onichan takes out Satan in the lower catacombs, which is funny. Ninja Case takes out Changeman, but it's a 2v3 situation. Kung Fu now charging across. Ninja takes... No, that was an ult kill. It's a 1v3 situation. 1v4, and now he makes it 1v3, but he's one shot, and he has to defend the bomb, but Onichan just sprints around the corner. So a little bit unfortunate. I feel like they could have done a little bit better, because they breached the side without any casualties, got the bomb down without any casualties. So, you know, they just had to defend, but it looks like they lost the pistol fights. So it's 1-0 for the leftovers. And yeah, looks like everybody's buying rifles, as they should, except for Changeman. And he might be in a real awakening. Let me get a sip of iced tea in before I fly the chopper. Leftovers are playing with, I would say, a very standard positioning. Want to have more people towards A. B side is just one tunnel. Looks like they're going A. Garth spots them early, gets a bunch of techs, and now we have Onichan and Kung Fu trying to intercept them, but they're being both taken out. This is the danger. Now A side is absolutely open, and then it needs to sprint back, but he will be in a world of pain. I wish Vendetta would fall back, because he's basically one shot. But he will get the intel that Endermate is there. Actually, no, Ninja Case will it by dying. But they can now sprint across. And yeah, they kill him. There's Satan just lurking there. He gets Changeman, and it's now just Garth, who might be able to prevent the plant by dying early. And what's he doing? He made a footstep, so they should know where he is. Peeking the corner, he gets him, but he's very low. He also gets Eagle, and Satan is not one shot, but Vendetta is. What are you doing, boys? Block into the direction. Whew. And the bomb is actually sort of planted in the wrong spot, but Satan doesn't care, because everything, and that's another issue of this map, is pennable. So certainly a valiant effort by Garth, managing to kill 3 people and even touch the bomb at that point in a 1v4 is very unlikely, but in the end it didn't really matter. This is not only a Linkin Park song, but also the result of the last round, because I believe Satan picked up another gun and they won the round, so they have all the money to buy their rifles, and the leftovers are left over with just enough money to buy deagles. And yeah, this is something you can certainly do once you know the enemy has to save. You know, they don't have utility. I wish Changeman would stop buying armor, because it does absolutely nothing against the stack of what 4-4 has. So now they can reach the side. They have the rifles. I feel like they should have done it faster because by now Kung Fu and Oni-chan are pushing out, so they know it's not an A. Because nobody was an A short. Ninja Kicks is smart here, falling back, gets the pick. Packs out, also very smart, but they need to get the bomb down. Satan kills Oni-chan, and Changeman is also being killed by Vendetta. And now Bowser's Bomber cleans up Garf, so it's now just a 1v5 situation, and really no member of 4-4 is one-shot, except all of them were, because Deagle can one-shot, but you need to hit the head. And Satan just decides to mow down Endermate, excuse me. So 1-2. 4-4 do have to get as many rounds as they can. Like I said, it's a T-sided map. And it also seemed like TL had their T-side down on stockpile. You know, the breaches were good. The defense was good. So we would assume that their T-side on Dust 2 would also be competent. So the more rounds 4-4 can win here. I flew the helicopter into that building, I apologize. The better for them. And again, I wish they would have somebody in mid, because again, Oni-chan is being aggressive. It's a bit risky, and if they had somebody there, he could be intercepted and, you know, prevented from getting any sort of intel. But instead, again, since he's there, you know, probably a B, because there's absolutely nobody in mid. There's nobody on an A, and now we see people on along. That's a failed nade. We have Changeman in that dirty corner. Yeah, there's also a ridiculous head peek here. I'm not sure. Yeah, that nade also failed. So he can just be relatively safe behind that headbox. And now Oni-chan peeks with him. Endermate tries to flank in lower tunnels, but it's being taken out. 50 seconds on the clock. You don't need to peek that Oni-chan, and you don't need to, like, you don't have to come out of cover here. You can just peek over this and basically be only like a little pixel, and that makes this head peek very strong. But we have Kung Fu Snail still on site. Are they aware? I mean, they needed a lot of time. They're shaking the side. Garf is being killed. And now they spot Kung Fu Snail and he's surrounded and is being taken down. So, yeah, that looks a little bit shaky because it took so long, and you can also just smoke it. You can throw a flashbang in there. So I would like to see that being a little bit faster executed. And the position of Changeman was actually very good until the moment he stepped out of cover. Just stay behind here. He ducked here, so when you duck here, you can actually look into the tunnel and being basically unhittable. You can't really shoot well from here because the wall will oftentimes prevent you from firing your gun, but you can certainly get the intel. So he played that well until the moment he didn't, you know. But also 4-4 needs to like have more mid control, understand where the enemy is sort of getting the info, because everybody was on B. Again, Oni-chan is being aggressive on A short. He's being half, but then Ninja gets the refrag, and that's hurtful for the CTs. And now Ninja Kids does have the head peek, but Kung Fu Snail just peeks his head and shoots it off. And they're breaching a long. Endermate is behind the car. The hay bale on B is not penetrable. We can fly the chopper over there once the game calms down a little bit. Satan kills Garvin mid, and it's a 2v3 situation. If they have the bomb, they could rotate off this. But it doesn't look like they have the bomb. I'm not sure if 4-4 has a dedicated bomb carrier, but Satan certainly trying to become the dedicated carrier by killing Kung Fu Snail. And now Eagle also gets the pick on Endermate. Even just Changeman, who's being surrounded, looks up, but unfortunately looks away on the wrong position. Let's just quickly fly over B and see if there's a hay ball here. I don't see a hay ball, to be honest. I see a bunch of barrels. Opposite side of tons. So if you mean this concrete block, oh, actually, yeah, you're right. I mean, I guess that's not hay. That's more like, let's not split hairs here, or split bricks, I guess. No, that's not pennable. So this one is. Interestingly, basically anything wood is pennable. So in mid, these metal sheets are not pennable in the mid door, but above and to the side of it, that just wood part, that's certainly pennable. Also pennable is Vendetta by Oni-chan's Orc, but again he's being refragged. And oh no, Ninja keeps putting his gun away. Powers of Bomb is being surprised by Kung Fu, who's just behind her, but is being refragged by Ninja. And again, this is not what you want as a CT in Eagle with a one tap on Endermate. Beautiful headshot, just one bullet is all it takes to end his life. And now they have complete A control. Satan also gets Changeman, and then Garf really popping off here, 10-1, Jesus. Yeah, so, you know, this is why you need to be a little bit careful. If you lose A short, you basically lost A side. To to a degree. You can still defend A short from here. You have like a good angle here. You have like a head peek, although these boxes are panable. The enemy doesn't know behind which you are. And you can sort of be in any of those positions and fight any breach of A short. But if you lose your players here, and the enemy knows, they can just sprint up here and just kill you. You know, they have A control. A long can't do anything because this car is not perfect cover. The window parts are panable. Again, they're trying the same thing, and it just doesn't seem like it works. They will also expect Kung Fu there, but instead this time they're going for B. Although Changeman is pushing upper tunnels, he's now running into them, but is being killed. If Kung Fu can get the flank off here, oh no, Eagle kills Ninja with an accidental grenade. Oh, the bomber is taking the back, and she kills them, and now they know, and it's just Eagle with a deagle. He's a little bit laggy. What's going on there? But Garth is rotating back. He will have heard that. Will he check? Needs to wide check, but I don't think he will. Oh my lord, the flick just there, just deleting Garth in a 1v2 situation. Endermate is a little bit out of position. Kung Fu Snail is now coming in. How will he play it? Kung Fu Snail should wait on her team, on her teammate. He's checking the corner. Kung Fu Snail will know he did not cross, so she probably knows, but she still should wait on Endermate to be in position, because if she gets fragged now, then the whole 1v1 happens again. Eagle, however, is being focused on the pit, the wall, and is being taken out. Risky play, but it pays off. Endermate can get now guns. He has clippers as well. You should really take your time. There's no reason to clip this fast. But yeah, looks like she also dropped her gun. That's a bit unfortunate, but you know, when you're in the finals and you're potentially able to win the set and actually become the champion, that might just be the nerves then. Yeah, but 2-5, it's a good start for 4-4. If they can get 2 more rounds, then they're in a really strong position to take this map. But if the leftovers can take it back to 4-5, then again, they are in a very good position. Looks like Changeman this time being aggressive. He will hear the footsteps, and that body yeeted out of there. He's one shot, but he's now wisely falling back. And will they commit to it? No. It looks like they're playing it a little bit slow, but Ninja Kicks is being killed by Oni-chan. Now they're sort of stuck in the tunnel. Satan gets Oni-chan, so now they could rotate out of this. Eagle with their flicks, also flicks off Changeman, just shoot him in the face. He's trying to plant the bomb, but there's no support from his teammates. The bomb is down, they know this now. Oh no, and Bowser Bomber now does the team attack. And Garth gets the kill. And they know where the last player is. What is this actually? It's a hunting rifle, interesting. And Satan, apparently, you don't need holy water, you just need a flashbang to get him out of the upper catacombs. He's flashbanging that, but that flashbang will not be effective because it's so far back. And at this point, really, he only can save. Or I hope that they give him 1v1s. Yeah, and shooting around corner is not something you should do, because you give away your position. It's very imprecise, and you're actually hittable. So what's happening is your hand is out there, your hand hitbox, and you can just shoot the hands. Obviously, hitting the hands is a bit harder because it's not a very large object, but it is possible. So you're just exposing yourself, and you're giving away intel, and the chances of you hitting anybody shooting like that are basically zero. Like. Sometimes people do it for the memes, and it's certainly funny, but it's really ineffective. So, yeah, unless you maybe practice it for 1,000 hours. We see a pre-net coming in. Interesting. It bounced off that thing, but you know, if somebody was in pit, they're breaching A long. We have Endermate on the car, now finding cover behind the car, but they don't have anybody on A short. And that might be a mistake. They're all 5 men on A long, and this is the final round, so they're all bundled up there. They need to kill Endermate, but even if they do, they don't have A short control. So crossing onto A side will be super hard. They get Endermate now, but everybody's in position. Kung Fu Snail trying to flank, but it's just being lurked. This is why you don't really flank like that, because you know it doesn't cost the enemy anything. That nade is just a little bit undercooked. Changeman now trading out himself for Vendetta, and it's now a 4v2, so it's actually going better than expected. Especially since Satan is coming up A short. If they are just a little bit more patient, Satan will be able to peek, and then Oni-chan is in a world of trouble. They know where he is. Nade is coming out, but Vendetta is now pushing up. So it actually worked. It actually worked. I feel like if the leftovers would just hold position, like if you're here and then maybe here, you have perfect head peaks and and have somebody in CT. You know, crossing this, especially without util. If you smoke this off, then your chances are a little bit better. But basically, this whole area is like a whole corridor. You get flashbanged. There's just no cover whatsoever. You get naded. You get shot from a long. It's just really hard. You know, that's why you don't put 5 men there. Looks like they're putting 5 men onto a short, which is something you can do on pistol. On pistol, it's not that tragic. Let's see if Eagle is ready. Satan is being taken out by Changemans 1911. The breach is coming in now. They got a short control. And they also shoot ninja kicks in the face. So again, it looks like they really knew what they're doing on their pistol tags. In terms of strategy, what you want to do is plant the bomb on the opposite side. Vendetta takes out Garv. Is this the comeback 2v4? Let's resume to that point in a little bit of a second. He's not coming a short, but Bowers of Bomber dies to Onichan, leaving just Vendetta. And yeah, he falls a little bit dramatic, if I might say so. But to come back to this point, on this side, you can't really defend the bomb from any sort of position. If you put it on this side, then you can defend the defuse attempt from A short, but also more importantly from pit. If you have a person in here, that person has a head peek, and you can see all the way over there. So even if you lose sight, if you have somebody in pit, that person can just head peek only the bomb and sort of prevent, like, it is possible to sort of clip it sort of from down here, but it's really difficult, and the head peek from pit is really strong. That's why you always want to use that pomp spot. And it looks like the leftovers are just coming back and forth. That grenade is just slightly undercooked. If it was cooked a little bit more, it would have taken out maybe 1, maybe even 2 players. But there's certainly the danger of doing plays like this with sending 5 mans, even against a safe. A single grenade can do so much damage. Changeman doing a lot of damage against 4-4 now. And it looks like they will take another round without actually losing any players. So really going well for them. Onichan really cleaning up here. 5-6, yeah. And now 4-4 will have to come back a little bit. I mean, they're still in the lead, and now they can buy rifles. But like I mentioned, this is a T-sided map. So far, I would say it looks a little bit like the leftovers are running away with it. We'll see if 4-4 can adopt. I'm not a fan of these hard 5-man pushes, but so far they seem to be working out for the leftovers. But now they are running against rifles, and this is certainly a game changer. They have Bowers of Bomber there, and they have actually 2 players on B. Normally you only have 1 player. This could be very devastating. Bowers of Bomber now being aggressive on the peak. He gets Onichan, who is being distracted. But then he's being killed. Vendetta just needs to just buy time, gets another member. It needs to slow them down because the rest of the team is already there. Ninja takes with the flash, being caught off guard. Just have your rifle up. Vendetta now going in and getting another kill, and it's now 2v2. I feel like if the rotation would come in through CT, they would have already been there. Eagle now giving away his position. Garth trying to save, I believe it's his wife, but being killed in the process. And now they also know where Kung Fu Snail is. Yeah, that flash might have done something. And she clutches it out. I did not expect this. Well played. Yeah. Vendetta played it beautifully, really taking, really slowing down the enemy. If you then have 2 people here, even if you lose the player there, you can just have 1 player there and then a reinforcing player there, and then maybe you have like 1 person coming behind in the tunnels. But yeah, they managed to lose that one. They're a little bit on loss now, in the sense that they can still buy the AK. Satan decides to save Bowers of Bomber. Going with an Uzi will be interesting. Doesn't look like he will have first contact here. Satan will be able to immediately find out, hey, it's actually a short. Endermate is being killed. Actually, no, it's killing Satan. Eagle with the Deagle is being killed by Onichan, leaving just ninja kicks all alone on A. I think we just saw what I mentioned. I think he just accidentally surfed here. Like, I don't think there was lag. I think that was him surfing. Let's check the pings. No, his ping is absolutely fine. So I think he accidentally surfed there, and as you saw, he immediately moved massively to the side. And this might just be enough. Unfortunately, Bowers of Bomber only has an Uzi, so they don't really have to be afraid of him much. But he can get the intel. Looks like they're rotating off here. Doing just Garth, who just slows down. He gets Ninja, but then he kills him with the Uzi. He should pick up the AK and attempt to win this. But it looks like he's not believing that it's a retake. It's now a 1v2 situation. Maybe he's going to save. Or he just picks up guns. But this is one of the reasons why this map is very T-sided. Once you're on A, basically the enemy can see your feet long before you can see them. So the only thing that you really can do is... Oh my lord, what happened here? Is like sort of drop down in order to immediately get the same window, but then obviously you're just out in the door where you have no cover. You can immediately slide to the right. But this is one of those things. It's a really long rotation, just all the way down here and then up the way down here. And you can also get lurked in mid, like if an enemy T player is still here, or even here. These are like super deep corners that you have to check, while at the same time being exposed to here. Kokosnail loves diving to the bomb, and this time she still dies to it. She planted it, and to be fair, she has the money. So she can certainly afford not to take any chances. 7-6 and 4-4. Since they are losing multiple rounds in a row, they will be now on lost money. So they can buy real guns from now on until they win a round. Then this will be reset. But for now, they can certainly buy it, and they need to. They need to have a win. They need to break the success of the leftovers. Prenade a little bit too far. Maybe an unlucky bounce. Looks like one person is going A long, 4 persons A short. Satan will hear this, which never gets old. Yeah, and then the nade comes in, half his only chance. If there was a smoke coming up, this would stop them even more. Looks like they're defending it from the ramp. I like it, I like this. They don't have anybody on A long. That's a bit of a mistake, because then that happens. You have to hold A long, otherwise this happens. They just get flanked. We have 3 in the back now. Bit of a miscommunication, they're shooting at each other. But Garb just kills 2 members more. I think one of them was still an old frag. We have Satan. Is that a grenade? It is a grenade. He gets killed now. Vendetta is on the flank. 1 is half HP. 1v1 situation. Changeman completely in the open. And now falling back. This is the right play. And this is what I mean. Flashbang from far back. He can reposition. He's getting in a good position. Just a little bit dangerous, but it's letting him cross. Maybe he's shooting now, giving away his position. Trying to shoot above it, like I mentioned, incredible. Doesn't really have time. If he had clippers, he could try to clip it, but I don't think he has them. And he's being killed. So that was well played by Changeman, winning them another round. So the defense here was good, but you have to have somebody in A long that is sort of defending this pit position from the enemy. Or if you not have somebody in A long, at least you need to sort of play up there. But the better play, I would say, is have somebody over here. This is a beautiful head peek that you can use in a defensive measure. It's a bit hard to clear out, and you know, then you control A long and sort of have the rest of the team focus on A short and mid and B side. And it looks like they're going for B8-6. It's certainly working for them. They are very aggressive. Let's see how they deal with it. They're being opposed by counter-aggression. Bowers of Bomber immediately getting 2 frags, but they're immediately being refragged. So, you know, they know it's a B, but they don't have anybody on B anymore. So the enemy, Satan and the rest, needs to sprint, needs to prevent them getting side. Ninja Kicks will see that, but he can't prevent Oni-chan from crossing. Satan is also in the back. Ninja Kicks gets Changeman and Garf, leaving just a 3v1. Oni-chan refrags him, but he does not expect either to be there, and he is there. So he ends him. 8-7. Let me just hop over just ever so quick. Looks like the other game ended in an 8-10 if I read the... No, actually... Oh no, they're actually watching our stream now. Maybe it ended 8-10, I don't know. Maybe that was just a YouTube hiccup, but it looks like they're watching our game now. Hello everybody from Russia. If Phoenix does not have my voice muted, which I absolutely could understand why. Nice pre-nade right here, tagging 2 people so they know it's probably an A, because that's A short for sure. Satan hears them now. Above himself, Ninja Kicks this time getting the A long kill, now falling back. Satan climbing up there, but Endermate is, you know, it's just camping. And that's good. That's what you're supposed to do. Beautiful pre-nade by Eagle. Or not pre-nade, but nade. Endermate getting another. This is why you don't try to rotate behind. But we still have Bowser Bomb on B. So it looks like Kung Fu Snail and Endermate reading the side. Hey, we killed a lot of rotating players. Let's just go to B. But Bowser Bomb is there. Did they hear? He should not have sprinted because he might have given away his position. But he will hear a running, so he can tell his teammates, hey, there are enemies coming. And he gets her. It's now Endermate who's basically one shot. Not even one shot. Really, just anything can kill him at this point. And he should probably not even attempt. Maybe get some guns. Because the money of the leftovers is running low. And he don't really have a chance. The bomb is down. They know the bomb's down. So they're all in position. So all he can do is find his own death here. Unless he proves me wrong this time. Gets 2. Please don't do this to me, guys. Please. My professional reputation here is at stake. I think Eagle is in upper tunnels and will kill him now as he plans. No, I should probably just shut up because I'm absolutely wrong. Maybe he's going to win this. Eagle does not have clippers. So he's checking 2 tunnels. And maybe I need to commit seppuku, but he's basically one shot. Eagle just needs to hit one shot. He does not have his gun cocked and then he's killed. So turns out I was right all along, but damn, was that close, Thank you, Eagle, for not making me look like a complete moron, but holy moly smokes. 8-8, everything is open again. Again, the second map, 4-4 needs to win this map if they want to have a shot at getting first place. But they're still sort of behind, I would say. They have the money, but so does the leftovers, and the leftovers are the T side. And so far, the T side have been really coordinated, I would say. I think that was the second T round they lost. Maybe not. I can't really count that high. That's why I never plant the bomb, because these numbers, they just confuse me, you know? That's just how that is. Satan again with that spot. Looks like 3 men coming along. Ninja is rightfully falling off. He needs to find some cover. He needs to get out of there. Satan trading with Garth, leaving A short sort of open now. Oni-chan being completely flashbanged and smoked off. Ninja now finding enemies, but Oni-chan finding Neil with Eagle, and Ninja Cakes is sort of in an open position. But that nade still kills her, and the cross almost not happening because Vendetta is just hammering down the M4. It's a 2v3 situation now. Endermate picking up the bomb if they can prevent the cross. Yes, the bomb is down again. It's a 1v1 situation. The bomb is down. If he reads it right, he can just defend it. But he picks the fight and Changeman wins the fight. 9-8. My lord. What a round. But this is definitely a chance to win the map, but also a chance to win first place. If they manage to win another round, they will be winner of this tournament. 4-4 should have money. Eagle with Eagle has a lot of money. Everybody should have rifles. So everything is still possible. But heavy in the lead for the leftovers. They must feel confident now. You know, don't hesitate. Keep that up. Not sure who threw that smoke grenade. That smoke grenade is actually kind of hurtful for the T's. But Oni-chan is charging through smoke. Very dangerous. Flashbang. Satan killing Garth. Looks like they're always like finding each other. Oni-chan is able to kill Eagle with the Eagle, but is then being killed by Ninja Cakes. And Ninja Cakes just holds A side down. Vendetta comes in with the reinforcements. Satan now climbing up. Will he check that corner this time? He gets Kung Fu Snail. So he's probably feeling confident. He checks the corner, but he basically makes Endermate one shot. But yeah, now it's just Changeman in a 1v3 situation. Let's go into the action cam. He knows one player is behind him, so he can't really even rotate. The bomb is next to him, so he could pick that up. There's a lot of corpses here, though. He's checking if Bawabuzu Bomber is like finding him. But then he starts the fight, and that's Pennable as he finds out as he's 1 HP. But then falls back, and now falls back into upper. He's dropping into mid. I don't think he has the bomb, does he? Oh my god, he has it. So if he can make it onto B, and he's still full HP, he could plan on B and potentially win the round. He has 30 seconds. Bawabuzu Bomber needs support. Yeah, he gets him, and now he has side control. He does not expect the enemy to be here, and why should he? Because multiple people were found on A side. Ninja Cakes needs to get into a position, but also needs to wait on his teammate. He heard that footstep, so Changeman is about to peek mid, but he doesn't find Ninja Cakes because he's hugging the wall. Potentially heard that footstep. Ninja can shoot him in the back now. Yep, so they trade out. I think there was some hits from Ninja Kicks to make that fight even. Meaning, we are gonna see a 9-9. These teams, it's a close fight. It's a real close fight. But everything comes down to this, and beautifully, everybody has the money to buy rifles. So basically, and I love to say it, anything that happens in the previous 18 rounds, it doesn't even matter. So, like, at all, like, you know, because everybody can buy and everybody can win. So all that matters is this round. So the pressure is certainly on. If TL wins this round, then they will win 2-0 the set and therefore the tournament. But if they lose, they will reset the score to 1-1. So the pressure is there. If they do not win this round, it means they are, oh Night Lord, flashbang, just flashing themselves and giving away the intel. That nade also tagging down teammates. There's the B breach. Satan getting Changement and Endermate and Bowers of Bomber. This is not looking good for TL. 2v5, 1v5, 0-5. This is why you don't fight, man. The nade comes in, but doesn't matter anymore. GG's 9-10. What a game. Lordy Lord. This means the final game will happen on Inferno. And like I mentioned just before I was rambling, means everything is a go. Whoever wins Inferno is going to win the tournament. So 4-4 comes back hard. And the leftovers will have another shot of taking it home, but they're now on even ground again, and everything will decide on Inferno, which is a very sided map. Well played, everybody. I just got the word that the third place match has been concluded. So the Public Off Topic team won against the Permini Russian team, 10-6 and 10-8. Congratulations to Public Off Topic for coming in third place, and well played by the new Russian team. So yeah, GG's. Congratulations, Audax. Well played. I saw some clutch moments earlier when I castled the first game. This one was also really hyped by Ken. Only recommend coming back to watch. I need to just figure out how we are going to do this. Yes, you are indeed champions of the heart, that for sure. I'm just gonna communicate to Kung Fu. Actually, while we wait, let's run some tunes. One is called Sapien. I will tune into Ninja Kicks' stream to find out where we are. Looks like he's still on a break. Certainly well-deserved break, I would say. I'm gonna get myself some more iced tea, because we have some hype finals. I hope everybody enjoys. I certainly am. And I'll also tell Blackhead to shut up, because he's a nerd. We're just going to take like a maybe 2-minute break. The teams need to sort themselves out. I'm waiting on the word, but I would assume that we are going to game 3 fairly soon. It looks like they're getting ready for Inferno. It looks like the T side was actually taken by the leftovers. Interesting. They had side pick and they decided to go for T. Like I mentioned, Inferno is a CT sided map, so there's some debate, I would say, because while it is a very CT sided map, if you start with T, you get more CT rounds. So imagine you lose 9 rounds as the T. You can potentially play 10 rounds as CT. Obviously, you don't want to lose 9 rounds, but you have more rounds as CT if you start T. And it looks like they're going to start T. So we'll see if that works out for them. But they haven't started looking for a server, it looks like. So we're just gonna continue listening to some tunes. This one is called Day by Day. It's the last, I think it's the last single. I'm not sure if my playlist is actually sorted according to the album. That's a nice track. It looks like they're trying to find a game server, so we should be joining Inferno soon. Just gonna leave the music running for a few more seconds, but we can already go to the casting screen, so you can watch me press the refresh button like a maniac. What a game that was, 9-10. And I think you saw there how that can go down if you push 5-man. You're just stuck in that tunnel, you come out and there's multiple rifles aim at you and you just get obliterated by util, by rifle fire, and you just can't get out of there. That's why pushing 5-man is really dangerous on B side. Looks like we have our game. We're just gonna wait until the 1 minute mark. I'm gonna lower the music. Again, this was Day by Day. And we're gonna load into the final game, the one decider. Hopefully everybody loaded in. I think it's no sadness there this time. It is. Just check if they had to restart. Yes, indeed, they had to restart. Apologies, that sometimes happens. Somebody did not load in time. So you hear the vote sound in the background. We'll go back to, you know, getting that sorted. Meantime, we can listen to the birds on Inferno. Fun fact, before this map was updated, there's actually this this sound. in the spawn areas. Like there's music playing on both sides. And the YouTube algorithm would actually flag and potentially block the map because of that. Because the content ID system would like tag that as somebody's copyright. And therefore it was not usable in terms of like providing video footage, because YouTube would just not allow you to host it. And it looks like this time everybody loaded in. So we're just gonna wait on that 1 minute mark. I find that if you hit that 1 minute mark, you tend not to have those game interrupting bugs. Although, as we saw earlier, on Stockpile it just interrupted anyways and completely mid-game. I'm not sure what happened the first time. But no matter, this is now the deciding game. And we shall see where it leads. 4-4 will start on the CT side. And yeah, let's see what the leftovers are doing. If they got a good T on Inferno. This music, hopefully we're not being stricken down by the YouTube algorithm. Not even sure what sound that's supposed to be. Let me just check my OBS setting one more time. It looks like we're in the clear. And it looks like an A push because we see Changeman going to their apartments immediately. Yep. I would like to see somebody mid, just, you know, holding mid, sort of don't let the enemy know. Looks like 4-4 is stacking B, which is an interesting, like, not, you know, not the worst idea, because what oftentimes happens is that people will just rush into B on pistol round because it's a lot less dangerous. But this time they decide, let's go to A. Vendetta now getting a few tags. Eagle with the Deagle takes out Changeman in mid. So now it's a 5v4 and we see rotations coming into CT. Very nice. They come in early. Ninja Kicks with 2 beautiful headshots. Deleting Kung Fu Snail. And now it's just Endermaid who has to fight 5 people. Flashbang coming out, trying to run away, but you can't run away from the devil. 5-0, certainly not the start the leftovers were hoping for, because they got 0 kills, no bomb plant. Yeah, so now they need to save. They're going for the Deagle save, or partial Deagle save. I see a 5-7 coming out. It's a viable gun. It's not as expensive as the Deagle, and also it has very high armor pen. So if you manage to hit 2 headshots, that's a kill. If you manage to hit, I believe, 5 body shots, that's also a kill against armor, that is. Again, we're seeing the same Satan finding out the enemy is already here. Also, Onichan finding out, hey, yeah, he can just deal me. He does not have armor. I believe Satan is trying to come up with a 50 cal. But now suddenly it's a 3v5. The Satan was killed somewhere. They still decide to breach. I think they should just rotate to A, because it's just Vendetta over there. He's also very low. He gets him too. So now it's a 2v2 situation. What will they do? It's just Changeman now. He did pick up the AK, so this is totally winnable, but he's very low. I believe bomb is down there somewhere. Let's go into the action cam. Bomb must be down there somewhere, I believe. He now heard Bauer stepping, but this might be the perfect bait for Ninja, who's not in cover and is just being yeeted. I don't know why the ragdolls are fighting like this. It's now a 1v1 situation. He can win this. Also, Bombe should not even play, in the sense that he should not try to prevent like getting the right fight. He heard the footstep, but by now Bauer Bombe could be anywhere. And he gets it, and one more time the body just yeets out of there. It's quite funny to me. I'm very childish. But yeah, nice clutch by Changeman. 1-1. Certainly not the ideal save round. I feel like this was maybe a little bit too aggressive by Satan, going in with a Glock and no armor and just trying to, you know, fight 5 people. He is, because he saved, able to buy an M4 now, but the rest of the team cannot really buy, so they don't have their buy synced up, and that's very dangerous. They have now 1 M4. If that M4 just falls, and he's again aggressive in the banana. Nate is a little bit undercooked, so Enemy can get out of cover, and he's immediately taken out, so they lose that M4. That's most unfortunate. It's just Bauer's Bombe now there, and he only has like a 5-7, so he can't even one-tap people. He sees all of them. They're not checking the corner. And he waits. That was really nice. So he does manage to get a kill, and Ninja Kicks also managed to trade out with Onichan, which is very nice on a save round, and suddenly it's a 2v3. Changeman is blocking the rotate, so this is why you should not try to rotate behind, because he can just be there forever. He has a beautiful head peek down there, and now it's a 1v3, and they also know where the last person is, and Changeman plays it right, just gets the hell out of there. He has no business trying to fight Vendetta, because Vendetta needs to check all the corners now. And then he kills it, yeah. So if they would rotate just through the CT spawn, they would be there in time to support, and there's no chance of anybody lurking there. But because they're going through mid, they didn't suddenly run into somebody who has also a very good head peek. You want to control the mid, like you want to prevent the enemy from rotating, to prevent the enemy from getting intel. You don't want to push through it, because it's a place where, you know, dreams die. Where everybody dies, everything. You know? It's sad. Interesting pre-nades. It smokes. It's a nade. Not tagging anybody. Onichan nading Satan. Probably having read that he's always aggressive there. But Satan just returning the favor. I believe that was just dropped and Onichan stepped on it like a mine. So 4-4. But of course that favors the defenders. That favors the attackers. Because they have to fight less defenders. And looks like the rest of the team is just static. I would like to see the rotations coming in. There's not a lot of faking this. And Inferno is not a lot. It's not a map where you do a lot of faking. Kung Fu is being taken out by Ninja Kicks without taking any damage. They're not trying to breach side, but they're really slow. And now the rotation's coming through CT, and Changeman is just guarding the map without any purpose. And Garf is on side, but I don't think he has the bomb. They know he's on side too. Garf takes out Bauer, so now it's a 3v2 situation. Garf actually has the bomb, but he's being killed, and now it's Changeman 2v1. 1v1. They shouldn't. Yeah, Ninja gets it, and I feel like that was a mistake because he was there earlier, but you know, communication is hard. 2-2. Let's see where this goes. Current scoreboard. Looks like another B push potentially, unless they're doing some mid pressure into A, but looks more like B. This time Satan a bit more reserved with an artillery grenade that was just too high. So no intel there. Hopefully you will not think there's nothing there, but now intel is coming back in the form of a grenade. Probably not gonna hurt anybody. Satan gets the pick on Onichan. He does not even need to re-peek it. He does anyways. The grenade takes out, this is what I mean, you can just nade over there. And they're stuck in banana now with a good crossfire. Satan just being a gun turret, killing everybody, being just Changeman in mid, and this time he gets Vendetta but is being refragged by Eagle. And yeah, that's another round. And this is why the map is very CT-sided. And this is why you should never go B on this map. You basically only go B once the enemy has completely abandoned B. Otherwise, you know, you're just fighting in that banana, you get naded, you can't get out, there's like a million angles you have to cover. The enemy has strong head peaks. It's just hard, you know, it's very hard. This is why the apartments and the mid are the better play. Even just to pressure, to force the enemy to rotate, and then maybe you go B, you know. It is a growth map, indeed. For once, Blackhead is speaking the truth. You should always doubt Blackhead. If he's in your team, if he's saying like something, you should double check that, you should question that. I'm also questioning the choice here of buying armor and the Deagle. Again, the armor does nothing against the M4, so he just gets melted, whether he had it or not. Garf being tagged by the grenade but surviving, you see armor helps a little bit against nades, but it's not like, you know, you can't survive nades without armor. And they're walking up mid, I like it, but they're also walking up B. I don't like it so much. They're just dying in B now, probably gonna think, hey, how is that somebody's on B, but we're also being pushed on A. Footsteps now by Endermane. Oh, Pombe tries to find some clues. Eagle with the Deagle gets them, gets the clues. That's a Scooby-Doo reference. I think some people are too young to know this, and it's just Kung Fu now. What gun does she have? She does have the bomb actually, or maybe that's a Puff TV bug. In any case, it's a 4v1 or 1v4. And we have the music that might block this video. So if you can't see this video on YouTube, then you can't hear what I'm saying. If you can see the video, but you cannot hear anything, then that's because of that. But you also cannot see what I'm saying. If you can hear and see it, then why am I like saying anything? What in the fuck is Scooby-Doo? Zoinks? You know what Scooby-Doo is, superhero. Do you want to know the scores though? 4-2, we have Satan now in the top frag position, Ninja Kiss right behind. So far not a good start for Vendetta. Where is he actually playing? He's playing on the A side, I believe. And then on the leftover side, we have a good game for Changeman, who really fragged out 9-4, and Garf, Oni-chan, Endermate, and Kung Fu respectively. Is this a pro game? I would not say so. These teams are new, so they're still learning. But it's certainly like a fun game, I would say. Welcome everybody. I hope you enjoy yourself. If you have questions about Pavlov, about life, if you have questions about life, you probably should not ask them, because, I mean, you should ask them, but you shouldn't ask them to me, because I'm kind of an idiot. But when it comes to Pavlov, I can maybe tell you a thing or two. And what I also can tell you is the Eagle with the Deagle with a beautiful headshot, taking out Oni-chan, but is then being taken out. You need to reposition once you fire the shot. I believe the answer to what is life is Baby Don't Hurt Me. But I might be wrong. So now we have some good rotations coming in. Satan still holding down the B, and the rest is on A. It's a beautiful sort of head position down there by Bowser Bomber. Can't really hit him. Vendetta is holding that off. Beautiful grenade. So now it's just Kung Fu and Changeman, who's still all the way back. Maybe he was delayed. Ninja Kicks will have heard that. Yes, he did. Peeks her, barely survives, but gets the kill. That is important. Satan should be able to hit Changeman now. I think he's aiming at the bomb, but it doesn't help him. He's dying. Apparently in German this spot is called Mexico, which is kind of racist if you think about it. I'm not sure if that's like the official designation of Counter-Strike. 5-2. Like I said, a very CT-sided map, so I wouldn't expect the last rounds to go in favor of the leftovers, because they really struggle a bit. I feel like they did better here in terms of like getting the mid control, but then they couldn't really breach side, and that's also really difficult on this map. It's not just getting to the side, you need to expand a lot of util just taking mid, but then after you took mid, you also, you know, need still util for this part to get somebody out. Oh no, hopefully Eagle didn't crash. Looks like he does. Maybe he's fine. Sometimes you have this running animation without anybody running. Going back to B, I don't like it. Also making footsteps. Satan is in, again, the position just holding. I would not statically holding a corner like this, but it worked out certainly. Let's go into the action cam. So far no hits, and he lost a lot of health, but now the nade's coming in. He's trading out with Oni-chan. Where's the nade? There it is. Takes a lot of damage, blows up Garf. This is what I mean. You know, you need to get out of there. If you had more like pro level teams will stack nades, so that means like players will give the B player nades, and anytime there's any sort of aggression on the B, there's just a rain of grenades that is being safely thrown from side into the banana, and there's nothing you can do as a T against this. And it looks like Kung Fu is sort of still fighting in the mid. Endermate is holding the banana. But it looks like nobody's really aggressing here. Kung Fu is pushing up in mid, but she only has 25 seconds left. I don't know. Does she have the bomb? She does. So she's climbing into apartments. I'm not sure what Endermate is doing. Almost looks like the game crashed, but there's movement on the other side of the map, so we know it's not. I would like to see Endermate doing something, you know, start running. Now there's gunfire, but Endermate will find out, hey, they're just running past me. They're just gonna ignore me. I'm not really doing anything, and she's actually being killed now, so yeah. You can try to camp the enemy, but if the enemy just goes to CT, then you're not actually achieving anything. He picks up a gun for the last round, but they should be on heavy loss bonus by now, so they don't even need it. They need round wins. Banana. I think it's best gun. I would say M4. But that's certainly subjective. Some people say AK, but they are wrong. Some people say 50 cal, they're extra wrong. And we see a mid push. Nice flashbang. Kung Fu Snare will be completely flashed. He got the intel, he doesn't even need to repeat it, but he throws another flashbang and is being paid for because Changeman was around the corner. Now the rotation should come in, but they're not for some reason. So it's now 5v2. This is what I mean with the aggression. They now can breach the side. Vendetta in an interesting spot. Surprises Kung Fu Snail. But is being taken out without getting any kills. Bowser Bomber does take out Endersnake, but he's now being flanked and pushed, so he's just gonna fall. Now the rotations are coming in, but they're too late. They already have sort of that. Ninja might have heard that, but it doesn't help. Now it's 1v4. Since this last round, Satan has to play this. There's no point in saving. He does have a 50 kill. So I personally buy the grip, the angle grip for the M4. But again, that's subjective. He gets Changeman, but then he tries to reload. Garth picks up the AK, it's not necessary. You can't bring gun into the pistol round as he falls over like he slipped on a banana. 20 bananas. 6-3, 4-4-4, but now the battle starts. Because they now have to win STs. And we'll see if they have a better recipe for this. I believe they played this a few times. So the pistol round will be crucial. If they can manage to win pistol round here, they can go in lead 7-3 and will likely also win the next round 8-3. That would be very good for them. If they do not manage to plant and not win the round, then it will be 6-4 and basically 6-5 due to the next round thereafter. Looks like they're going for a hard A. I like it because, yeah, they stack B again, which is not the worst idea. But now it's just Kung Fu Snail all alone outside. She's just redding there, but not a good strategy. Basically, they just run over her, kill her. They may trade her out, but then they lost sight. Checking all the corners. Eagle with Deagle running on the side with Bomb. Gets one tap. That's most unfortunate. Bomb should not go alone. But like I said, she's just being immediately traded out. They pick up the bomb. They cannot plant the bomb. And they just need to hold. But the flank is coming in interesting. Also, Bomber with an interesting spot. He's immediately headshot by Changeman. Now Ninja Kick swings wide, but is being killed, and it's just Vendetta who is basically one shot, and Changeman makes that 0 shots. And so the retake was successful. I feel like they really had it here. But yeah, the flank was coming in pretty early. If they had a lurk in mid, then, or just, you know, anybody holding mid, then that flank would not have worked that well. But they could just run through. So they did manage to plant, meaning they can buy guns, and they should. But they need a win. They need to make this 7-4 instead of 6-5. This is the final map. So far a 1-1. So this map will decide who is going to be winner of the tournament. So it's all or nothing. The first two maps were extremely close. At least Stockpile was not close. Stockpile was 10-6, I believe. But then Dust 2 was 9-10. Good flashbang. Slows down the enemy. It looks like they're having 3 on B. It's an interesting choice, but it will pay off as they're trying to breach B. Seeing some flashbangs here. They don't have nades. Only Eagle with Eagle has the bomb. I believe that's the symbol. Ninja Kick's now trying to breach. We have somebody on coffins. Not paying off for him. They trade out. That's not ideal. Then I made in a dirty spot, but again, it's being immediately traded out. Satan fighting him and taking out Changeman. So now it's a 2v2. They know one player is on B side itself. I think Eagle with the Deagle has the bomb. That's probably the grenade symbol. It is not. He has actually a grenade. Where's the bomb? He doesn't have it. Yeah, it's down there. That's most awkward. I'm not sure if Garth saw that, but he has a good position here. It's like through the water. It's like a bit unclear. That's not the bomb actually. I believe this is the bomb. Ninja Kick probably had it. And now Kung Fu is also ready to rotate, and she's about to shoot him in the side and kills him. So good defense here. Bit unfortunate. They could have rotated off that bomb, but again, you don't go into banana. What 4-4 can do now is just force AKs if they so desire, but it looks like they're going for Deagles because they will be on lost bonus very soon. 6-5. We'll see if the leftovers can continue their comeback by just using the CT-sidedness of the map, or if 4-4 can even it out. Winning this round now would be absolutely devastating in terms of the economy of the leftovers, because they're investing heavily in Clippers and utility. So, you know, next round they basically would need to save. Investing a lot of util, get that into banana, but nobody's there. So that's giving them intel. You know, it's expensive intel. That was 1,200 right there. See, Foreman. Oh no, somebody dropped. No, was it? It was Vendetta. Unfortunate. Hopefully he can reconnect soon. In a situation like this, what you want to do as a player is just play it slow, especially on safe now. Like, there's no, like, you're probably not gonna win. I mean, they can try to breach the site, but you should give your team and their owner and Changeman. They should pick up that gun. We still have Kung Fu Snail on the spot, but she's not sort of covering. So now Ninja Kicks might be able to plant if he has the bomb. He has. He gets the kill on her, but I would have liked to see him just play it slow or just hide, because they would never check that spot. Now he's just being killed. Give your teammate time to reconnect. I mean, maybe they just got lost in sort of the moment there. Let me just check their Discord. Everybody is still there. So hopefully Vendetta can reconnect quickly. Oh, he already did. Yeah, that's just my timings, you know. It's the same in Pavlov. I check, like, I hold a corner or I check something for like 2 minutes or even 3 minutes, even though rounds don't go that long. But I do it, and then the second I look away, somebody peeks that corner and kills me. That's just me and Pavlov. And also apparently me and PavTV, as I, you know, check the second connects to the game apparently. They're heavily investing util into B, and it probably even, you know, makes the leftovers think it's a B, but it's not. And Changeman about to be in a hurt. Beautiful flashbang by him though. He takes out Ego with the Deagle without taking any damage. And then also takes out Boros with Bomber, but is being fragged by Satan. And now it's a 2v4 and they have ace it, but of course they don't know that. Yes, I'm bad indeed. And they're still on B side. It's still just Kung Fu Snell against 2. And the fact that they have not been aggressed on, they probably know. So if they can get the plant down, that's money for sure. That's also a good way to win the round, generally speaking. We have 2 people from behind. Ninja Kicks now taking over the pit. So he can protect against the flank, but unfortunately Satan is down. So now he's in a world of pain there. Nichan is just full sprinting, checking all the corners, but being immediately headshot by Ninja Kick. But now he has to fight 3 people in a dirty sort of position. Not much he can do. He could try to, like, you know, play more time, but you're already sort of in a bad position because there's somebody there, somebody will push you from down there, and somebody will hold the angle. Or worst of all, somebody just goes up here and then shoots down. So once you don't have teammates, this spot is not so great anymore. If Satan would have stayed just alive a little bit longer, to just hold from side, you know, use these head peeks to prevent anybody coming from this side, then Kung Fu Snell, no, not Kung Fu Snell, Ninja Kicks only had to, like, deal with, only quote unquote, with anybody coming from here and from there. So that would have been a lot more winnable, but of course, in the heat of the moment, you know, it's just the nerves. 6-7 now, 4-4 will be on loss, so they can have 4 guns now, which makes it, again, easier. No, but they need a win. They need a round win. Interestingly enough, TL keeps stacking B, which I really don't think that's a good idea. I say stacking, they have 3 on B, but you really don't need 3 on B. It's one, like, you know, one entry point. You have 2 M4s on that one entry point. You know, you nade in there, you flash in there, you smoke that. Nobody's gonna come through that. Nobody. Yeah, but again, they're breaching A, they're doing it slow. I like it. They have mid control from Satan, who's preventing any sort of flank. And now it's the Oni-chan rotating over because it's a little bit too slow. But Satan now getting the pick, this might really shake up things. But it might also confirm A because Satan is still far back. Yep, he gets the pick. They also know where Changeman is. Not sure where Kung Fu... Oh, she's in pit. Vendetta gets the twist, gets the turnaround. It's now a 2v2 situation suddenly. I'm not sure where the bump is. Well, that was a beautiful flashbang. But he didn't expect them to be there. And now they have 25 seconds. I think the bump's down there. No, it's up there. Did he pick it up? Yeah, he did. He's basically one shot. So Garv could snipe him, but he's not there in position. Oh no, what are you doing? Oh my lord. He just made it. Just type in the numbers. Get the angry calculator to calculate. Oh, that nade bounced. Really unlucky. Could have killed Vendetta if it just, you know, been a bit different. Tense moments here. Garv has the team has the money. He has clippers, so he can play it. They spot him on sight, and he gets him with a headshot. So 7-7 means 4-4 will have the money to buy, but TL will also have the money to buy. So everything remains open. This is a very close, tense game here. Anything goes. Refresh that. Let's see what's happening. Seeing some mid-aggression here really early. Changeman having to save, trying some deagle shots. They're keeping the stack on B. I really don't... I think I need to stop mentioning it. We have Kung Fu in the corner. She bought, so it's sort of a weird mix buy. Changeman really likes that deagle. Is Vendetta going to check that corner? Not. It's probably going to be a refrag coming out from Ninja or Vendetta, depending. She's not checking the corner. She's patient and gets the trade, so really well done there. If you are patient, if somebody's not checking the corner and you let somebody walk past, you can get a double, because it's unlikely that somebody, you know, will check the corner after you let somebody walk past. And now all of a sudden there's a 2v4 situation. Ninja Kicks also appears to be the dedicated bomb carrier, so I believe the bomb is down. I'm not sure if leftovers have read this, understand this, but it looks like they're rotating over just Oni-chan on B. It's a wise move. Have like your low HP player just chill on the offside. Just being the intel, you know, he can just hide in a corner, tell when there's like, you know, footsteps coming in. Doesn't even need to take the fights, just needs to hide somewhere. Eagle now getting in there, mate. 25 seconds on the clock, but we still have Garf on the side, and Eagle might be running with the bomb again. No, he's not. He's having his rifle out. Changeman is behind. Do they hear? They do not. He's dropping in 15 seconds. Garf can help his teammate here. But Changeman doesn't need help. He's a strong, independent Changeman who don't need no help. He just one-taps people with Deagle. Beautifully done. 7-8. And unfortunately, aside from Bowser's Bomber, who has enough money to buy his entire team and then some, which he should, you know, you should drop guns to your teammates. And it looks like he is. Yep, there's a gun going down. And he's buying one for himself. It's always good when you have a team member who doesn't spend his money. And, you know, then you can beg for that sweet M4 or AK in situations like this. Vendetta just spraying down that nade. Whatever path they took, it did a lot of damage. Satan, Ninja Kicks, and Vendetta being basically one-shot at this point. Eagle with the deagle as well. My lord, this is why you don't go into the banana. Yep, there's another nade following that up. You know, you're just stuck in there, and any sort of util where it's coming in now, it's just gonna get more kills, and they still have flashbacks, they still have nades. That's why you don't go into banana. It's the place of death. You go there when you're sure the enemy is not there. I mean, I don't like how they are hard holding this. Satan gets flash but doesn't move, so they're probably not gonna... They're still gonna check. You know, you want to check all the corners for Satan. They now got the intel that nobody else is in banana. We have Changeman on the flank, so they hold this down. I think this is a 7-9 because all of them are so low from that one grenade. That one grenade really did its job, man. That was 600 well invested. That's another 600 well invested, taking Ninja Kicks off the board. And now it's a 2v4. They probably save whatever guns they have because they will be low on cash next round. See, this is what I mean, what Vendetta is doing. Now you could go to B-side. Obviously, you don't know that there's nobody there. But he might just go for it. He has 20 seconds on the clock. If he sprints, he can make it. But obviously, he doesn't expect it to be completely open. This is why I also shouldn't give that up. 10 seconds on the clock. Is he going to go for it? If he needs to start typing now. 5 seconds. It's now or never. He does it. 3. Too late. Yeah. Unfortunate. Yeah, still trying to rotate, but it was passed around, so it doesn't even matter. But yeah, this is how you go into B. You're going to B when it's completely abandoned. But I think he was dead either way, 1v4, and he was basically one shot. And now it's potentially the final round. This could be the winning round for the leftovers. We see an interesting hunting rifle coming out from Bowser's Bomber. Hopefully that wasn't a miss, but I don't think I've seen him. Or maybe he drops it for Satan, who likes sniper rifles. But then he could have also... I don't know what's going on. We see a lot of util. Interestingly enough, Endermate has 2 clippers. Oni-chan says, fuck all of that noise. I don't need clippers. I don't need util. A lot of util coming out into Snake. Maybe trying to replicate the success. Endermate, now I like this. I like this a lot. You know, they take up the front position. And now Oni-chan can rotate, knowing, hey, there's no strong aggression on B. But Satan with the one tap, I guess it paid out. He just freaking deletes him. My lord, there has been some murder. Somebody call the police. But it doesn't look like Satan is done. It also doesn't look like it's facing the members of the leftovers as they're just still chilling on A. Oni-chan now running back, maybe a little bit phased. I mean, those one-tap headshots from that hunting rifle are certainly devastating. And now it's just Changeman and Kung Fu. And Kung Fu is also just running. I don't like this at all. were not really doing anything there. Like, you give away the site completely. They can just breach. They don't even run any danger, and suddenly they're all over site. You know, you might kill a person reading that spot, but you're probably gonna get immediately refragged. And not even that, Vendetta just takes her out, and now it's 5v3. They have site control, they have the bomb down, and all the rotations must come through CT, and they will hear him coming too. And Satan with the devastating flank, but he only has a hunting rifle, so he tags Changeman, who is now really low, and they know where he is, so he did his job. We have Ninja Kicks, where is he? Yeah, he's at Boiler. Takes him out. Vendetta also taking out Oni-chan, so it looks like it will be an 8-9 unless Garth can clutch it. He cannot. 8-9. What a nail-biter. Leftovers are having enough sufficient money to still buy, you know, buy the guns. Garth has 6k. Kung Fu also can buy. So there's a little bit of a danger here. If they don't win this round, the Leftovers, and it goes into 9-9, they might not be able to buy all they want to. So they should save some money in case they cannot win this round. But they also should try to win this round, take it home 8-10 instead of, you know, bringing to a nail-biter. We see some grenade coming out from Eagle that might have, you know... Although Garth is falling off immediately again, so maybe they read this right. They're coming the breach in mid. Detonate did not tag anybody. Kung Fu's now in a better position. Changeman exchanging a lot of gunfire, attacking Vendetta heavily, but she's basically one shot. Is that a grenade out? Was that pinned? No, it was pinned. It was just really, really late. But he's being refragged, but it was enough time for at least some members to rotate. We have Ninja Kicks and Satan now on apartments. We have Eagle with the Deagle. Again, Kung Fu Snail just hiding in the spot, but that might be devastating as soon as the gunfire starts. No, somebody's running with the bomb again. Yeah, she's in that put. She has the patience, and now it's a 2v2 situation. Endermate now on the rotate. Flashbang coming out. Tense moment. He's about to flank her, but Endermate is about to flank them. 30 seconds on the clock. Take that corner. What is happening here? 1v2. Is this the end? 1v1, 20 seconds on the clock. He clutches it out into a 9-9. I was breathless there. I was thinking, okay, 1v2, you know, all Endermate had to do, all Endermate, I don't want to, you know, rub it in, but you don't have to push him. He has to plant the bomb. He had like 15 seconds to plant the bomb, and, you know, when he plants the bomb, then you can push him. But he, you know, that's the nerves. You think like, I know where he is. I can take him. You take him, but then you lose. I've been there. I've done that plenty of times because I'm, you know, not really good at this game. But now we have a 9-9. Speaking of, none of it before mattered. And unfortunately, it looks like indeed the members of the Leftovers don't have the money to fully buy in. You know, Oni-chan does have an AK, but Garth has an OMP, which is not very good. Changeman with the Deagle, he knows he can use this. 25 and 13, he's really fragging out this one. We see Satan with a 50 cal. The rest of the team has AK, so technically I would give this 2 or 4, but it's a very CT-sided map, so we'll see. It is certainly something. They're playing it slow. This I approve, but you can't play it too slow. I think they're not committed here to A. They have a lot of people in front of B, but they're not really committing to it. That's something new players don't really, you know, can keep track of because there's a lot of information. But when you play this game for a while, you know when you broke the enemy's economy. And in this case, you would know, hey, they probably don't have the money and they can't buy util. So this is then a better time to go B because you are not going to get flashed, you're not going to get naded, and then you can actually get into the banana. It's still not the perfect take, so I still prefer the A take, but yeah, it's something. And they're too slow, so now it's just Oni-chan who's in B and the rest of the team is here. The only advantage they have is that they have the real rifles versus some of the members. See, Garfia is trying to do damage, but he's basically doing nothing. Is being taken out. And now breaching side, Eagle with the Deagle gets Changeman. Ninja Kicks takes out Kung Fu Snail, but Kung Fu Snail takes out Vendetta. And now all of a sudden it's a 1v4 situation. They just need to plant the bomb and win the round. Eagle with Deagle coming, running up. And Satan takes it home. 10-9. 4-4 comes back. What a game. What a twist. And then a twist. And then another twist. 10-9. G to the G, I would say. It could not have been closer. 2 10-9s. What a final. Well played by everybody. What a fun game. A bit unfortunate that Vendetta crashed at some point. And they still brought it home. What a game. Congratulations to 4-4 for winning the tournament, the mini tournament, I would say, coming in first place, but ever so barely, ever so. It could have gone either way. The leftovers certainly gave them a run for their money with 2 9-10s. And yeah, I hope everybody had fun. I certainly had fun casting these close games. They're always the best, even if it's on a map like Inferno, if I like to rag on Inferno one more time. But with that, I would say GG's everybody. I hope you had fun. I certainly had fun. And maybe see you next time. We'll see how this goes. I hope these players stick around. I hope they had fun. I certainly did, like I mentioned before. And with that, I wish you a nice evening, a nice good night, and until next time, goodbye.
Sorry, ich dachte, du warst die ganze Zeit dabei, Ruffle, und ich habe nicht mehr Bescheid gegeben dann.
Ja,
sorry.
Nee, ich hab's mitbekommen. Ich wollte, also, kein Problem. Ich wollte nur sagen, GG's, ich hoffe, ihr hattet Spaß. Also, es war ja extrem knapp.
Super,
ja, super. Weil, ja, manchmal kann es frustrierend sein, gerade wenn Games so super knapp sind, aber...
halt, wenn du voll auf die Fresse kriegst.
Ja, genau. Ja. Aber ja, das russische Team hat ein bisschen viel auf die Fresse bekommen, aber ich glaube, die hatten trotzdem viel Spaß. Und sonst, die Games waren echt gut, von daher wollte ich nur kurz reinchecken. Ja, Stream ist ab. Ich würde es YouTube hochladen, könnt ihr ja gucken, wenn ihr wollt. Und ja. Kung Fu, anscheinend haben wir ein Spiel jetzt mit VA und nicht.
Am Donnerstag?
Ja, anscheinend. Also anscheinend hat.
Okay. Wir hätten jetzt auch. Okay.
Ja, aber vielleicht hat ja 404 Zeit. Oder sonst ja. Wir können ja mal schauen, ob wir jemanden für euch finden. Okay, das war's schon.
Okay. Danke dir fürs Organisieren, gell? Hat Spaß gemacht. Okay.
Super.
Alles klar. Ciao.
Es ist eine verdammt geile Kundschaft.
Ruffle.
Hallo, Ruffle.
Grüße.
Moin.
Glückwunsch.
Hallo.
Ich hoffe, ihr hattet Spaß. Es war auf jeden Fall.
Ja.
Ich habe
Ein bisschen.
Ich werde dich jetzt auf Schmerzensgeld verklagen, weil ich 13 Herzinfarkte hatte.
Ja.
Moment, aber warum bin ich dafür verantwortlich? Ich müsste einfach besser spielen.
Gut, das war deine Idee mit dem Turnier.
Aber ihr müsst einfach nur besser spielen, damit das nicht so knapp wird.
Wow, okay, alles klar.
Vendetta, nochmal vielen Dank fürs Einspringen, sonst wäre es
Ja, 100%.
Kein Thema, hat auch sehr viel Spaß mit den Jungs gemacht.
Ja.
Sehr gut, sehr gut. Ja, gut. Genau, ich lade das Ding gleich noch bei YouTube hoch, aber es müsste eigentlich auch bei Twitch verfügbar sein, wenn ihr euch die knappen Runden anschauen wollt. Auf jeden Fall einige spannende Momente dabei. Irgendwie das Stockpile-Game haben wir nicht komplett gecastet. Bei mir ist das Puff TV nach 9-3 abgebrochen und ich bin davon ausgegangen, dass ihr 10-3 verloren habt, aber ihr habt ja 10-6 oder so verloren. Das hat jetzt nichts geändert, aber ich dachte, das Spiel wäre vorbei, weil das Recording
Ja, das war eh nicht so knapp.
Aber genau, das wolltet ihr wahrscheinlich eh nicht gestreamt haben, von daher.
Dass wir jedes Mal noch zurückgekommen sind.
Ja.
Da waren auf jeden Fall harte Comebacks dabei, von daher GG's.
Ja, danke.
Das Preisgeld bitte an meine Kontonummer.
Ja, klar. Schick mir einfach deine IBAN, deine Zugangsdaten, deine PIN, deine Sozialversicherung.
Und ein Foto von deiner Kreditkarte.
Kreditkarte, genau. Und dann
Genau, Personalausweis mit mir als Foto noch. Und mit
also Personalausweis musst du mir per Mail schicken, also den kompletten.
Ah,
Oh, stark, ich habe mich gerade auf meine Brille gesetzt.
Okay.
Geht auch Fax?
Nee, Fax geht nicht.
Schade.
In jedem Fall. Ich hoffe, ihr hattet Spaß. Ich glaube, alle anderen.
Ja, auf jeden Fall.
Jo, war cool. Danke fürs Organisieren.
War sehr
Vielen
nett.
Dank, hat unglaublich Spaß gemacht.
Also kann
War
man
sehr
gerne
spannend.
noch mal